Ooh.
Welcome to the show. I'm just solving the world's problems with Dr. Fax here. And we got Nolan wearing his Texas lip.
Welcome.
He was in Austin this weekend. I can't wait to hear about that. Cowboy Reed sitting there at the end of the couch. And then Tanner and Charlie is in town behind the machines, as well as Beau inside the computer. Different look.
I'm in here.
Are you trying to look like Aiden Hutchinson?
Yeah, dude. He's sick. That's exactly what I'm trying to be. I would love that.
No, he is sick.
I'm a little girthier than him, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I heard about that. Well, no, for people that don't know, can you tell them what you're talking about? You can't just talk about a man's girth and then just move off it.
Yeah, you can't talk about a man's girth, especially in front of Nate. What was that? Was that the rivalry game with Michigan and Ohio State this weekend?
He
Yeah,
was the guest picker on game day.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well said.
McAfee brought up Aiden Hutchinson's girth on the air.
That was.
I thought his response was funny,
wild
too.
turn of
His
events,
response was
dude.
great. He just goes, I guess ESPN's letting you say anything nowadays.
Well, you know what's funny is like they are, but Lee Corso used to say whatever the fuck he wanted.
Yeah,
He,
literally
he told
the
a little
fuck.
kid, quiet midget,
Yeah.
which is not a word you can say.
He
And
tossed
certainly
that-
not to a kid.
He tossed that mascot helmet and said, fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah, Lee Corso. They got one of the best parts of my childhood, young adulthood, was watching Lee Corso. How was, speaking of college football, Texas football, Nolan?
No words. Absolutely electrifying, the atmosphere down there in Austin. I'd never been to like a real life SEC game. So that was kind of my first rodeo in that kind of environment.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Like start to finish. The state, we went in like an hour before just to get a real feel for the vibe. And it was packed.
Yeah.
Like the stadium was packed. Like typically, you get an Eagles game, maybe mid first quarter, people start filing in. This place was packed. The entrance, they came out to Hell's Bells. I mean, as my colleague Beau Allen likes to say, the stadium was at full torque
Yeah.
for the Hell's Bells.
Well, it says something about, though, that does calls into question the Texas tailgate game.
Yeah,
People are
for
in
sure.
the stadium.
For sure.
What's not happening in the parking lot?
Well, it's probably good for beer sales
Yeah,
inside the stadium.
for sure.
I'm
for
sure. But it was awesome. Incredible game. Shout out to Pat, Coach Crowley down there, the defense rolling. They stepped up, picked off Marcel Reed a couple times, and then Arch Manning was outstanding, especially in the second half. He really took over.
How
Awesome game.
was, did you see, was the Lincoln lawyer down on the field?
He was down there,
he?
actually. So I was down there with Ricky from Roxborough,
Yeah.
two-time caller on the locals
Is
landline.
that too low, too slow? Is that him?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah,
Ricky.
yeah.
Ricky got a picture with the Lincoln lawyer
Oh,
after the
okay.
game. So
Nice.
yeah. It was,
How'd that
it was-
interaction go?
I think it was pretty quick, just
Yeah.
in and out.
Yeah,
but,
you want to be respectful of McConaughey's time.
for sure.
Matthew McConaughey's time.
All right.
So, anyways, how do we get into this? We're gonna. Here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna talk about yesterday first, right? Well, if we can talk about Nate's doing the thing. I mean, trust me, dude.
I'm not doing the thing.
I've done 2 hours of programming on the Thanksgiving games. The only thing I didn't get to in depth, and we will later, is the Black Friday game, which I know many of you would really, they want to see me squirm or something. Like I haven't been telling you all year that
wait,
you play with fire.
We'll get to it.
what do you
We'll
mean?
get to it. You don't gotta.
Hey man, don't backseat drive. I hit you with the newspaper, bro.
Fax is running the show today.
Yeah,
'cause
what the
his
fuck
teams
is
are
this,
winning.
dude?
He's feeling himself.
I know.
Oh,
Jags
man.
won a game again.
Ooh, what? Wait, not just won a game.
Oh, they
I love
dominated.
that picture when you see who's division leaders, and then goddamn the wild card, and then the in the hunt. That means you're not at the party. It's just lovely this year. It's lovely right now, just seeing that go up for the AFC and just looking at it like, oh, this looks amazing. And it's not what everyone thought or predicted. And it's not necessarily going to end like that. But for right now, for this week, it feels good.
Does anybody have a Xanax?
Seriously.
Like fucking unreal.
Oh, man.
You bat 1,000, huh?
What you mean?
I mean, all your shit's hidden.
I mean, it's feeling
The
good.
Pats are in the driver's seat. The Jags are
goddamn Bears
in the
And
driver's seat.
that's
The
my
Bears,
team.
your
I don't
former
even cheer
team.
for them like I do because I go so hard for the Jags, but the Bears too, man.
It's got to be good being you.
I mean, you got the Pats to fall
not too
back
late to
on.
claim
like,
them.
That could be your side team, the Pats.
I like the Pats.
And people could get mad, but like you got to ring with the Pats.
Dude,
Like,
my
always-
side teams are fucking rolling. Did you see the short prints? We were going to talk about Bryce Young yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Every 2 weeks, I take a fucking little victory lap. Every 2 or 3 weeks. That's how it times up.
You know what? We're going to talk about it later when we get into it. But you know what I realized?
What?
Our teams are kind of similar, but we'll get
Which
into it.
teams?
We'll get into it.
Which? Okay. Oh, I like this industry guy here. The teams. Holy shit, dude. This is unreal. I must have missed the production meeting. All right. So anyways, we will talk about the fact that the Eagles are pretty hapless, and the other things that happened on Thanksgiving. I thought that was a very good Thanksgiving of football. I did. I actually like a lot of times I complain about the quality of the game on Thanksgiving, but those were some pretty good games, including the late game. The late game was fun for different reasons. Okay, I know everybody's not going to agree with me on that last one. So Sunday Night Football, Cowboy Reeds, Commanders take center stage in a game that
Cowboy Reeds, huh?
sorry, Broncos. My bad, bro.
It's okay.
Broncos. My bad. Broncos take center stage. And I had a feeling that, like, as bad as everything was, like, there weren't a lot of great games Sunday, and there weren't a lot of games. The NFL, and I'm not saying, like, they decide the way the games played out, but it was obvious that, like, law of averages, we were going to get a good game. And to strengthen that point, I think the fact that it's the Broncos respectfully playing in the football game guarantees you will see, at least for stretches of the game, a close ball game.
You're getting 4 quarters.
You're getting 4 quarters, and we got 5 quarters in actuality. We got free football
We did.
last night. They were like,
Good
"Oh,
free football,
You didn't
too."
get enough football this week?
Yeah.
We'll give you like a 3-play Broncos drive and then like a 15-play Commanders drive. That included game wouldn't die, dude. It wouldn't die. Mariota in the grasp on 4th and 6.
Mariota.
Mariota.
What was that, bro?
We're going all hard.
What was that?
today. I don't know.
I'm trying to
have
think.
no
Does
idea.
anybody?
You ever have that where you say one word over and over again, it like loses all meaning? That's how I felt watching Chris Collinsworth say Mariota, and then all the memes of like it's Leviosa.
Yeah.
you know what I
Trying to
mean?
get it right. He,
During that.
he doesn't want to be
Pretty
social media
incredible.
bait, getting
Yeah.
called out for saying guys' names wrong.
No, I know he's really enunciating the name. But anyways, we had
It
a
really is.
we had a touchdown that came back because of a hold, and I called the hold out immediately. It was a hold. Okay,
Made me
like,
feel
I-
quite good because that touchdown, I was freaking, and then you were like, hold. I was like, oh.
Definitely a hold.
Breath. Yeah.
Definitely a hold. Some people will tell you it's not a hold, but I feel qualified to tell you it is. And then you had the Ertz drop and the subsequent touchdown, and the 2-point call was on point, dude. Here's the thing, we're gonna talk about the Broncos, but 2 things came to mind last night watching this game. Number one, and I think this whenever I watch Mariota. When I heard Ben Jones talk about the context in which he entered the NFL, playing in Tennessee, where allegedly the dudes were sandlotting the plays. They were on the field drawing them up in the dirt, and the injuries he incurred. I'd like to give him, from a legacy standpoint, a little bit of grace. I think that Mariota would be a good quarterback. He would be a starting quarterback. He would have had a lot more opportunities had it not been for Tennessee drafting him. Having heard that stuff anecdotally, I think he did an admirable job. And I also think, when you hold Washington, or when you hold the Broncos, rather, to a 17.9% pressure rate, that's the Broncos' lowest since week 3 of 2023. This is per Next Gen Stats. That's when they gave up 70 points to the Fins. That, to me, says Cliff had a good plan. And I do think, and I know Washington fans, they might think differently. We'd have to check with our call-in buddy. But I think Cliff has played them into some good spots this year, considering everything that's been going on personnel-wise. And I'm not saying he will be interviewed at some point in the not-too-distant future for a head coaching job. But I'm also not saying it won't happen. And you don't have to like that. I'm just saying this is the way the NFL works. And I actually think the Commanders should be proud of the way they played last night. But Denver, good football team.
That offensive line, the Commanders' offensive line, not only do they hold the Broncos' pass rush in check, 4.3 yards a carry on average for their running game. I mean, we could not stop them. The Broncos could not stop, at least to get to the second level and move the chains consistently. I don't know if it was cold or what, or it was sleepy time, the Broncos' sleepy time. But we, especially in the first half, there were so many missed tackles that allowed the Commanders to move. Like Hufanga had Chris Rodriguez dead to rights in the backfield, and then he went for 15. He just broke a tackle, went for 15. And I don't know, maybe that is a cold thing. I don't know. You guys played in the cold. Is it harder to tackle?
No, I think it's a mentality thing.
Yeah.
I think like tackling in the heat used to be tougher to me because everybody's tired. You know what I mean? Like when you get to the end of a play and you need tackling's not just about deciding to make a tackle or being tough enough. It's about having the focus and the mental energy to put your hat on the right side or, take the right pursuit angle or what have you. So I always think it's harder to tackle when it's hot. But you listen to some guys who maybe grew up in Florida or something or, smaller guys, they don't like tackling as much in the cold, so it depends on who you ask.
Right.
But I think there's two things that come out of this game that I'm worried about if I'm Denver a little bit. Is one, the defense, they'll get it right, but I think first off the run game a little bit concerning without J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah,
to me, R.J. Harvey, it's pretty predictable when he's in the game what happens, and you're not getting a lot of traditional run production out of this offense right now. It's a little too spotty.
Yeah, and a great point of that, and Chris Collinsworth pointed this out on the broadcast, but there was a play in the second half, I think early fourth quarter, we were driving or trying to kickstart a drive.
Yeah.
The offensive line, the Broncos offensive line had a huge push. They were probably up the field 2 or 3 yards from the line of scrimmage, and instead of Harvey going behind his line and getting a positive gain of 4, 5, 6 yards, he bounces it outside where, as Chris Collinsworth said, has no support, and just went and got tackled at the line. No game. So basically a waste of down. And you do, it's a great point. You notice that, Collinsworth literally said Dobbins would have gone right behind his blockers for the positive gain to get the yard.
It's a little hole in this roster.
Yep.
You see guys like Evan Ingram stepped up last night. That was great. It's good to see him get involved. You've got, the jerk route. You heard him call it out, jerk, jerk, jerk. Nolan said he said jerk. So it was one of those things where, you like seeing Pat Bryant make a big play. You like seeing they're getting different guys involved. I think Bo Nix, the throw before the half and, the flurry of offense you get in overtime, they can be like Philly, where, you get these lulls.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there are these bursts of production. But schematically, it's much better than Philly. Sean Payton, I trust him with my children from an offensive football standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave my kids with Patullo.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
he's too slow.
Yeah, he's too slow. But I think Bo Nix, the one thing that I noticed last night was, and maybe you've noticed this before, but he never changes his demeanor. And I think that's one of the reasons they really like him is he walked out of that stadium and the body language he was exuding was we just want a fucking football game.
Yeah.
He's not worried about, damn, I threw that ball right to Bobby Wagner or whatever it is.
Or the four balls he threw at the feet of wide receivers.
He's worried about winning football games.
Yes.
And, I'm not saying other quarterbacks aren't like that, but I am saying, there are narrative complications in other places that put more pressure on the position. Denver not only is a friendly market, but the team's built around the defense. That's the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And he's just okay with winning football games.
And that's just fine by me as a fan.
Yeah.
Win the damn football game. That's all we want.
Yeah.
It seems like it's echoed through the locker room because Sean Payton, he says, we didn't escape, we won. The journey of a good team season involves games like this, and then you believe you can do it again. So,
and he also pointed out that in 2009 when they won the Super Bowl, they played a game in Washington that was, a dogfight. Shouldn't have been.
Yep.
And all good teams go through this.
He pointed out the 5 last Super Bowl winners have all played a similar game to this. The Eagles last year.
Eagles lost to the Falcons, There's other games. They lost to
Chiefs.
Washington.
Yep. I was just glad to get out of Washington on the right side of a 2-point conversion because the last time we were there, we had that Hail Mary to the end zone that was tipped.
Yeah.
Caught, needed the 2-point to tie.
That's right.
We were sitting upstairs watching that. Do you remember?
And I lost my mind because I was like, no PI call on the 2-point. But anyway,
Broncos they do not play a normal game, and that's going to make it fun, whatever happens. But the longer this season goes on, and we talk about this a lot, like Noel and I talk about the state of the AFC or just the NFC and AFC in general, and the way a lot of good defenses are kind of going to drive the playoffs.
Yep.
And to me, like as you kind of look at the field, kind of opening up right now, why couldn't they make a run? Right. Why couldn't they? When they've been doing it all season, they've been winning, weird games all year long. Like maybe it doesn't catch up to them. If they get home field advantage, I mean, the running back thing, though, does worry me. That's all. And
we'll get to the whole playoff picture talk, but, like, just on that note, you look at the playoff picture as of right now, over half the teams have a top 10 defense on an EPA per play basis, less than half of a top 10 offense. So the landscape is more skewed toward defensive football. And we were talking about this on the way over, Chris. I mean, you look at, like, the guys we consider the top 5 guys at the quarterback position, 4 of them might not be able to really make a run. When you talk about like Bills can probably still do it, but then it's Lamar and the Ravens, it's Burrow and the Bengals won't be in. Who else am I missing? Oh, it's Stafford obviously is an exception there, and then Mahomes.
Remember, Stafford's the only guy this year who has had the year out of the elite quarterbacks that you expected would happen.
Right.
For the reasons that we just outlined and all that stuff. Joe Burrow's injury, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' ineptitude in close games, Josh Allen and talent around him in his spotty play. Go down the list. Lamar Jackson, it looks bad there.
Yeah.
So, we're not going to count the Broncos out. And then I want to shout out Alex Singleton. Amazing play, middle of the field in regulation. But just a chance to give a guy a lot of credit who's been through a fuck ton of stuff. You hear about, like, cancer diagnosis and like treatment for that diagnosis within a season, and then the guy comes back and he's making huge plays on Sunday night. He only missed
one game.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Dude.
Wild.
And the last thing is this: 85 plays for Washington. Again, part of why I think Cliff called a good game. Okay, the one thing they let him off the hook on, and I don't know how y'all feel about this, is going into overtime. The decision not to put Denver's defense right back on the field. Now, I am of the belief, if I was playing Madden, of course it's not Madden, I don't care if my defense has been on the field 100 plays. I want the ball, I want to kick the ball off, right? I want to kick the ball off because I want to know how many downs. If I get 4 downs to score, I'm going to score. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm answering a score, I know I have to go on.
You'd rather know what you need.
I'd rather know what I need.
Yeah.
Right.
But I understand in that game it might be a little bit different.
Well, and they screwed up the referee screwed up the coin toss again because Tressway said we want to kick that way. He only gets one decision, and then Lane Clark was like, "You want to kick
Lane
that
Clark's
way?"
Face.
Yeah, and he was like, "Okay," and he's like, "Yeah, I know."
Whatever happened with that grounding thing? You know how like Terry McAuliffe came on and was
that's
like,
a good question.
Terry McAuliffe, Terry McCauley. What's his name?
Yeah, Terry McCauley.
Yep.
McAuliffe is like a politician.
He's our governor, former governor.
Terry McCauley would just come on and be like, "Yeah, that is they don't understand the rules,
bro. It's the worst. It's
and it drives Nate crazy.
It's the worst thing ever.
Absolutely not grounding.
Yeah,
bro. It's the worst thing ever to hear that, and then like them do the opposite on the field, and you're just like to hear someone who's a referee or who's a higher up in the ref game, whatever it is, say on air that a call is wrong. And they're just going with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it literally makes my head want to explode.
Yeah.
Blue flag.
Yeah.
It's the blue flag.
Blue flag, man. We floated this idea where a coach has a certain amount of blue flags, and they're like super powered flags, dude. It's like in Mario Brothers, some mushrooms are more powerful than others.
Like a star?
Well,
yeah.
And then the other idea you had last night, Chris, that might even be better is every coach having a little Zoolander phone.
Yeah, a little tiny Zoolander
phone.
phone.
New York.
And they call New York.
Yeah,
Or they call Terry.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Honestly, I think Terry is in line
Just
to make a
listen to
lot
the
of money in like
broadcast.
an advertising campaign where I don't know who it's for, but like they go to him to just confirm that what just happened is totally fucked up.
I just don't understand.
I was saying on say C-SPAN, there's like a Senate hearing, and they're like, "Can he do that?" And Terry's like, "No, that's absolutely unconstitutional." But it looks like they're gonna do it anyways. He's not answering the question at all, Jim. So yeah, I just. Anyways, that was a pretty good Sunday night football game.
Hey, and just to put a bow on your point about just the Cliff Kingsbury interview idea, there is a good track record of second act.
OCs,
Bill,
yeah.
Andy, Mike Shanahan was the second act head coach. Pete Carroll. Those are just.
And then there's Josh McDaniels too.
Yeah, there's certainly counter.
No, I know. I'm just trying to cover my ass.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, yeah, but what about
these?
This thing?
Yeah,
yeah.
And
sure.
just,
but also, I think the Kyler Murray implosion is really good for him.
No doubt.
You know,
he
best
shout out our
every
boy
Sunday
Ertz,
getting back in the locker room and be like, what happened in the Arizona game? Well, it wasn't good. Go ahead. What?
I just want to shout out Ertz, dude. One of the boys that we played with, he's still playing. He had 10 receptions, 106 yards, and he passed Shannon Sharp for 5th most receptions for an NFL tight end. I can't believe he's still playing, man. He played really well last night.
That's awesome, dude.
He was getting guys lined up too. He was telling
guy.
dudes where to go. And just to add for Mariota, what you were talking about earlier, Mike Mularkey, offensive coordinator Terry Robisky, Ben Jones said, when we had Terry Robisky, he literally said, y'all go play. Me and Marcus would have the whole game plan. Just run out there drawing.
Y'all go play, man.
Y'all go play.
Coach
Y'all go
didn't
play.
call
Good
these
luck. Your
plays.
legacy's on the line.
It's insane.
Anyways,
Varsity
what's the
Blues.
first game we're gonna hit? Is it gonna be? You guys tell me. Is
We-
it Panthers Rams?
Thurs Rams.
Yeah, let's do the
I
third.
guess you got to hit this one because it's the best team losing yesterday, and I don't want to make it all about the Rams. I want to make it about the Panthers, but I think like if you're asking, are the Rams okay? They're fine. And some people will say, well, you give them a pass, you don't give other teams passes. I can easily explain why they lost that game. Stafford throws a pick in the end zone. Stafford throws a pick six. And I thought Carolina converted probably 8 fourth downs.
For touchdowns.
For touchdowns, a lot of them. And I also think Carolina did a great job of getting the ball out. I think Bryce was lethal when the ball came out under 2.5 seconds. I also think, for what it's worth, I want to shout out Ike Ekwonu. I didn't get a chance to really watch this game back twice, but I thought they did a good job of helping the guys up front. But when he had opportunities, I thought he looked pretty good, and he's looked really good. And I think he's one player that is another lesson in exercising patience with linemen, especially. It's Andrew Thomas thing. The list goes on, but I was very happy for Bryce because they look completely content just running the football on 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. And had he not been able to cash in on those fourth downs, you'd hear the same narratives. I think Coker helps a lot. And I see the vision outside. They got big guys outside. It hadn't worked out everywhere. Xavier Legette, prime example. Ted McMillan, big body. Coker's a big guy. And so I think they got a thing going there. They do all this without being able to rush the passer. They just drop back and play, coverage. And, for a group that plays zone a lot, to be able to just hold Matt Stafford at bay, to pick him off, to end the game on not quite a walk-off because Bryce had to, finish with that 3rd and 6. But Derek Brown, who tipped the ball that went to the end zone for the interception, that's a D lineman's dream right there, dude. In the rain, crowd's going nuts. By the way, that crowd was fucking as loud as it's been since probably Cam Newton played there. And it's coming down. And, every time you're on the road and you're a very good team, sometimes you get punched in the mouth and there's a moment where you're like, oh, shit. And I think there were a couple moments like that for the Rams. The Rams kept fighting, man. You had the Puka Nacua one-hander, and to credit the Panthers, they just kept counterpunching, man. So the Cats, man, playing a quintessential NFL football game, double-digit line. Rams look like juggernauts last Sunday night. Panthers look hapless on Monday night. And what happens? You come into Carolina, you come to the bank, and you get beat. That's crazy. But the Panthers, man, 3 really quality wins this year. You got Dallas, Green Bay, and now the Rams.
it's wild to see them go week to week because they've got 2 losses of 25-plus points. They lost to the Saints, which might be our Bermuda game this week, but now they have beaten the Rams and the Packers.
Yeah.
Give you a little analytics report card here on the Panthers. 23rd offensive EPA, 23rd offensive success rate, 25th in defensive EPA, 16th defensive success rate, and as you mentioned, Chris, 32nd in pressure rate. Like the report card says, this is a bad football team. Like across the board.
It's wild. Bo, they were missing J.C. Horn and Morig and guys like that to like be able to win this game. It's a real confidence booster. No matter what happens right now, it's about the future for this group too. You know,
it muddies up the NFC South too. I mean, we'll talk about the Bucs game here in a little bit, but if you were to tell me that the Panthers would beat the Rams at home and kind of muddy up this NFC South playoff picture the way that they have in the last couple of weeks, like I'd have been like, what the fuck are you smoking, Dr. Facts? But I don't know. It's interesting, man. Well, I feel like we haven't heard from Facts in a while, so I'm just trying to, poke the bear a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. I mean, they play each other here soon. I don't know. I'm just not a huge believer in the Panthers. I love our valiant prince, as someone in the chat said, our little short prince, the one who's promised. I just am not certain about the team as a whole. Like, they've been getting these gutty wins, but I don't think they're a playoff team. You can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but to me,
I don't know the answer to
that.
I absolutely need this to play out.
You know what's funny?
I'll tell you in a month, and that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But
You know what a panther is?
I think that's fair.
it's a big cat.
It's actually
Big cat.
It's actually just a jaguar with darker pigmentation.
No way.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, it's actually that. And if you think about it in football terms,
Holy shit.
It's a melanin-induced jaguar.
It's
Yes.
a melanted.
that's literally all it is. And if you think about it in football
Melanted jag.
terms, these teams are very similar, whereas when you ask about them, you get the same answer. Do you think the Jags are going to make the playoffs? I don't know. If they make the playoffs, do you think they win a game? The Panthers, do you think this Panthers
Let's get to
team
the heart of the question at hand.
is
Which quarterback would you rather have?
I was just going to ask you, like, would you, like, I wouldn't.
Look at my eyes.
It's one of those things where if I really sit down and think about it, if we swap quarterbacks, how much better or worse are these teams?
I think the Jags are
will be-
better.
I think the Panthers are way worse.
Dude, I think the Jags are better.
Are better.
And I say that with respect
Yeah.
to who was a fantastic college quarterback and
Absolutely.
has at times been a good pro quarterback.
Absolutely.
And I got no problem with his character, nothing like that, but I don't see it. And I see something with Bryce, and maybe his leash is longer because the run on him's been shorter.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see them really actually build around them. And that's what they're doing. They're a year off at least from being able to compete.
So that's the next thing. If they don't make the playoffs, or if this is just like a strike and lightning bolt, they maybe get to the playoffs. If they don't win, now like what do you keep building around Bryce, or you take?
Yeah, I mean, you got time to make that decision.
Yeah.
To me, it's about, hey, let's get the defense to where we're a scary group. Go ahead.
Oh no, but like also I was gonna ask, and now seeing Bryce like this,
Yeah.
like, are you confident that like he can be a big time
Dude,
player?
why would you? Okay, why in the NFC South, where the Bucs have Baker Mayfield, but Atlanta doesn't know what they're going to do, and New Orleans doesn't know what they're going to do, would you ever think about what's next at quarterback? Especially when you've got a guy who just beat the LA Rams at home, who have looked like juggernauts this year, and the defense has looked really good. And, I thought they did a good job in the run game. Hubbard got a lot of touches.
Yeah.
They got 2 backs that can really get after you in different ways. And like I said, guys like Aquanu are starting to play really well. And listen, they got guys on defense like Scorton, who I've talked about this year, where they're young, unheralded, but you see them making plays. Matt Stafford got speed bumped by Scorton on that pick 6. It was just that kind of day where they just kind of got punched in the mouth. So is this game more about the Panthers or the Rams? I think it's more about the Panthers and what they're trying to build, and the Rams had an off day. Stafford has these days. He had one against Philly earlier this year where, and he wasn't made to pay for it all game. He missed some throws. Even the touchdown to Devontae Adams, that ball's a little bit off. And, there was a ball before the pick in the end zone that he really forced to the pylon. And so he just wasn't himself. Do I worry about the Rams? No, but they've earned that respect. They have a 97% chance of getting in the playoffs.
And for the Bucs and Panthers, 80% chance the Bucs make the playoffs, 22 for the Panthers. Bryce Young, his fifth-year option, they're going to have make that decision this offseason.
Yeah.
But is this season with Bryce Young and with how well the defense has progressed, is that a check mark we're all in on Dave Canales?
Yeah, I think Dave's doing a good job, man.
Yeah.
I do. I think Dave's doing a good job. Look at the way that stadium was. I mean, I know it's a superficial, weird way to talk about something, but it was fucking loud.
Which is, remember,
and
2 years
people
ago,
are excited.
2 years ago, it was $6 a ticket to get in at the end of the
David Tepper's not the front page. You know who should be very happy about this? David Tepper.
Yep.
David Tepper should be very happy about this because we're not talking about him, and I won't for very long here. We'll just go back to it. But, like, for 2 years, that's what it was. We were just talking about how bad ownership was or how bad the quarterback was or yada, yada, yada. And then for a minute, we were talking about Dave Canales' like, funny literature.
Yeah, they're literally the Gooner crew down there.
And then they just get to work, man, and they're playing good football. So anyways, quality wins for this team. We'll
Keep
talk
pounding,
about the
Nate.
playoff picture at large in a little bit.
The Panthers are finally at their Week 14 bye, and then out of that they'll go to New Orleans in Week 15 and finish the year on a Seahawks sandwich that'll be served on Buccaneers bread. So the NFC South.
You scared me because we do have to make the qualification every time that the
You have to
sandwich.
state the bread.
People always fuck this up. Yeah, because it's you don't eat a ham sandwich by putting a piece of bread between two cuts of ham.
No, you don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an important distinction.
And for the Bucs, they see the Saints next week, then they go Falcons, and then Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers.
Yeah. I feel like the Seahawks and the Panthers play each other a lot. Like they're like out of conference like friendlies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was an Andy Dalton duel a few years ago. Okay, so the next one off of this is the Bucs. The Bucs get a win. Borderline flyover, but Beau saw it. What did you think, Beau?
Yeah, I mean, this was. I'm just gonna level with you here. A little bit of a boring game, borderline flyover, like you said. But I thought it was interesting. One thing I've been kind of thinking about this year, as far as the Bucs go, we were just talking about the Panthers. We've just talked about, or we're going to talk about the Jags. Nate can't shut up about them. If you think about the Bucs offensively, they've lost two of their offensive coordinators in back-to-back years, who are, they've gone on to be successful in Jacksonville and in Carolina right now, and it's like. I was just thinking about this in terms of like Baker, and it feels like he's fallen off a little bit. Like, how many goddamn years in a row is Baker playing with a new offensive coordinator?
His whole career.
It feels like he's probably every year he's got a new guy. But anyway, I think it was a little bit of a sleepy game offensively for the Bucs. We got Bucs got Bucky Irving back. What did he have? I think he had like almost 70 yards or something like that, 17 carries.
Yep.
So that's a good little boost for them. I love Chris Godwin. He was a stud when I was there. He's been battling through injuries this year. It's good to see him, get a couple more touches. I think he had like 3 or 4 receptions. Baker was banged up at the end of the Rams game. He looked honestly a lot healthier than I thought he would in this game, which is very reassuring. I saw a couple times like he avoided a sack from Buda Baker, rolled out to his right, and caught Chris Godwin for a big first down in the first half. But it just feels like the Bucs haven't been able to get their big playmakers going offensively. Some of that's due to injury. I've been wanting to see a little bit more out of Emeka Egbuka. He had a sleepy good game, but he was really popping off earlier this season. It felt like I was waiting for that. It just feels like he hasn't, had a touchdown in a couple weeks. It feels like he's kind of, at that point in the season as a rookie where it really starts to feel like a grind. So that's kind of the Bucs offensively. Defensively for the Bucs, I am a little worried about their defense heading into the playoffs. It feels like they're really missing an edge rusher. Yaya Diaby is kind of their only guy who provides any sort of juice in the pass rush game, and then I think their linebackers struggle a lot in coverage. We've talked about that at times, but they were able to pick up an interception. Antoine Winfield, I think, was a deflected pass from Jamel Dean, so that was big. I mean, listen, this Cardinals team, I think, is a lot better with Jacoby Brissett in the lineup, but I just don't think they're pretty unserious, as you would say, Chris. I don't have a ton of positive things to say about them. One note that I'm seeing here is that the Cardinals have outgained their opponents in 5 of their 9 losses and have lost 4 of those by 4
that's
points or
the
less.
point.
So it's
Beau, I'm sorry but that's the point. Is like it's easy to diminish this win, but this Bucs team has been. I mean, I'm going to strengthen and weaken my point at the same time. They've lost every one-score game they've been in, and they've been in a lot of them. So, being in a one-score game with the Cardinals, there's no shame in that as long as you don't lose it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
they figured out a way to win it, which is
Yeah.
kind of like, what we just talked about that with the Broncos. And I just am like, I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about the Bucs. I feel like they're at times, earlier times in the season, so exciting, so explosive, so much moxie out of Baker. And now, they're grinding out one-score victories.
I know how to
Not a
feel
very
about
good
them, Beau.
NFC West team.
Beau, I know how to feel
How's that,
about 'em.
lukewarm?
No,
How do you
like
feel about 'em,
like
Chris?
they're still going to win the division. And like
Yeah.
when they get everybody back offensively, they'll look like they looked in pockets of the season. But that's a big if. Like if everybody comes back healthy and Evans is back and Bucky stays healthy and their offensive line's a lot better than it was 6 weeks ago.
Well,
they
speaking
just
of
have
Chris,
to-
they do have an elite playmaker in Tristan Wirfs who had a touchdown.
I know,
which
and that was it.
fucking
Hey,
awesome.
listen, that was a call. That wasn't like a hey, like fuck around. Hey, we're up 30 points. They were having trouble down there, and they go to Tristan Wirfs. So good on Grizz for making a call like that and it working out. I also want to shout out Logan Hall. Great push on that 4th and 1. It ends up being a big play in the ball game where he's in. I think he was in a 3 technique, and he just fired off the ball, completely reset the line of scrimmage, kind of hero mode, makes a play. That was big, and it was good to see Godwin out there looking relatively healthy. He did drop that touchdown, but nice block on the Bucky touchdown. And we're going to shout out our guy, Josh Sweat, double-digit sacks for our dude Josh Sweat. That was my first great take. Not that I've had many after, but the Josh Sweat take, rookie year, I said, this guy's going to be really fucking good. He'll tell you. It's amazing what he's done with his career considering the injury he had in college. He would have been drafted top 5 had it not been for that injury, in my opinion. He just a stud, so happy for him.
Baker's had 8 offensive coordinators in his 10 NFL seasons. He's had Liam Cohen twice and also Freddie Kitchens twice.
Yeah, dude, that's a badge of honor.
That is a badge of honor.
Honestly,
that gets you some.
He should get a parking spot at the grocery store.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
served under Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah, if you served under Freddie Kitchens, you
Got
don't
one of
have
those
to wait
like
in line.
Vietnam era hats.
They let you board the airplane
Where-
first, dude.
Yeah.
Active duty, military, and then if you played for Freddie Kitchens, and everybody's side eyeing Baker Mayfield. So, anyways,
Yeah, I think the bottom line though, Chris, is basically exactly what you said.
tell me
I think
Stone Cold.
not a super impressive win for the Bucs. You feel like they're going to get it done in the NFC South, at least I do. I'm just worried about them in the playoffs, especially like the defense to me hasn't looked to be show stopping, and kind of like what you said, Nolan, a lot of these top playoff teams have really good defense. I think they have a lot of holes on defense.
I think they're better. I think they're potentially better than they were last year on defense and as a team, but it hasn't worked out, from an injury standpoint. Because think about it, they got better in the secondary, and like honestly, to me, the pass rush is going to be a problem no matter what. They're going to have to win shootouts if they get in. All right, so the next game would be Texans and Colts. I think this was a fun game to watch. Anytime the Texans defense is playing, it's a fun game to watch. I don't think it matters who's playing quarterback respectfully for this team right now. I got home from Dirty Nelly's Saturday night. We, after the game, partied for a little bit. I had to. These guys, this isn't me just saying it, I did not want to go. And y'all definitely peer pressured me. And I told my wife, when you're like, I don't want to go, the guys want me to go, and you're like full of shit. I was not full of shit, dude. I want to go to sleep. I called Nate, and Nate was like, come on, man, you have to. Come out. You got to come out and get a beer. Like we just won the game or something ourselves. Anyway, so I got home kind of drunk, and I woke up Sunday morning and I checked my BetMGM account, and I had I forget what the odds were. They were pretty like plus 700 or something. Texans to win the division. Bang, bang, 2:08 a.m. And woke up and I was like, that's how you feel? Chris from last night, and ended up feeling totally vindicated because the defense is fucking. There's something about, and I know Daniel Jones definitely broke his leg. Like, they don't make shit like that up. And some of these injuries can be weight bearing or non weight bearing, and it decides how you play. And it could get worse. Like, this could end poorly, but that comes from the agent. There is no good reason from a standpoint of like competitive edge that gets out. It's definitely an agent thing. It's definitely a cover for Daniel Jones. And it invites pressure. It invites middle pressure. It invites, game planning, knowing that I can't move this guy off the spot. You can't change his launch point. You're not going to move the pocket. So I think it's like a double-edged sword there. I think Daniel Jones is not the reason they lost this game. I think Daniel Jones made some big throws, especially in the second half. That ball he threw to Downs on the sideline was a fucking dime. He also threw some stinkers, but not more than C.J. Stroud, who, I love Stroud. That's my guy. He looked rusty. I mean, he threw the ball. At one point, he was past the line of scrimmage by 3 yards. It was like he was doing shit like that. He threw the pick backed up. Just a bad deal in the first half. But as the game went on, the thing I loved about Houston's offense is they are capable at this point of going 3 plays at a time. And we've seen sporadically this year them possess the football for 6-7 minutes at a time with an anemic run game, 6-7 minutes at a time. Tanner, my what generation are y'all motherfuckers?
Gen Z.
Gen Z motherfucker behind my kids, man. They're not even Gen Z. I don't know what their generation is.
Gen
but
Alpha, maybe?
Whatever it is,
Alpha, yeah.
they won't stop about this thing. And we said this weekend, not to get on a sidebar for Texans fans, I'm sorry, but like we had the number 69, dude. That was a lot cooler.
I get
like, you guys think you're cool? You guys are fucking losers. Like, 69's a funny thing.
Nah, 69
like, you can't even.
6-7's way better than 69.
Yeah.
What?
Because 69 is bro, it's a real like gooner sexual thing when you think about it. 6-7.
What does gooner mean, bro? I'm too old, man.
It means jerking off. That's
okay.
it.
We're gonna
all
talk about the Texans now. I was just saying 6-7's weak. Okay. But they can move. They can have the ball for 6 or 8 minutes at a time. And you saw like in the Denver game, for instance, where they possessed the football really well, but they couldn't get in the red zone. So I think going forward for them, it's the short passing game. It's not taking negatives, which they had a lot of plays yesterday. They got knocked down the line of scrimmage, but they didn't have a lot of 3-4 yard losses. They didn't take a bunch of sacks. And when they got in the red zone, they found on 2 different occasions a way to get on the perimeter and score. And I thought, Schultz threw a great block on the end around to Nico Collins, and then somebody else, I can't remember, it was Stover or something like that. Or who the hell is that guy? They got a bunch of similar looking tight ends. Stover.
Yeah.
Stover on a crack toss. The point I'm making is I think they can reasonably talk about winning this division. That defense is a superpower. That defense is the best defense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
With all due respect to God's team, Reed.
No, I
think you guys are fantastic. There is a level of violence and speed on the field. They can play man coverage and just play off. Like, and they break on the ball, and like they were hammering in cuts, and it's just there was a sequence in this game where it went toe-to-toe, and he ran through the middle of the pocket and just put a dent in, I think it was Jonathan Taylor's face mask. The violence, and then the next play, Will Anderson's big ass is the floater standing over who was it, the center, and Bortolini, a friend of the program, and runs him over. The violence with which they play, and ultimately in this game, Daniel Jones' inability to get off the spot, and the fact that in the first quarter or whatever it was, Sauce Gardner leaves with an injury. You've been playing primarily man coverage since he came along. Your game plan changes when he leaves the game. And I think for the Colts, Buckner being gone really, really hurts them. You talk about those negatives and shit like that. You don't have a bunch of pass rush. So I think a lot was to be gleaned from this game. And do I think Indy's going to get a lot better? I don't know, because they have a problem on third down.
That broken leg is not healing on the fly. And you brought up the point about inviting pressure, how that injury invites pressure.
Yeah.
The Texans were a 37% blitz rate in this game. That's a huge uptick from 23% across the first 12 weeks, and specifically on third down, they're 50%, which again, huge uptick over 30% coming in. So I think that's a reflection of them knowing, hey, this quarterback can't move, he's not going to move well in the pocket, and I think it's also kind of how the book on Daniel Jones reads a little bit right now with the way he struggled against the blitz.
And how many times last night while I'm watching it back did I turn to you and say, where are you going with this football?
Right.
And and when that happens a lot in a game, when I'm watching a game, like it starts to be a pattern. There are some situations over the past couple of weeks with Daniel Jones where he reverts back to being the indecisive or poor decision maker. And, I alluded to the third downs. First 9 weeks, 51%, second in the league. Weeks 10 through 12, 30%. That's 28th in the league.
Wow.
You remember in Germany, they went like 3 quarters without fucking converting on third down. And, there's all types of these situations. You had a drop on fourth and you had a drop late in the game, Josh Downs. You had a week ago, you had him in the red zone running that angle route off of motion, and they're just not on the same page. Like, there are little things that are happening to a well-coached football team that have me questioning, like, are they out of bullets in this situation? I'm not saying they're going to be a bad football team or not make the playoffs. What I'm saying is, like, they don't scare me as much as they did, like, a month or two ago.
And as the offense looks like it's coming down to earth a little bit, mainly due to the injury of the quarterback around that, the defense is an average at best group. Obviously when they had Sauce in, it looked like there was some improvement there, but now you're going to be without him for a couple weeks. So I think that defense is going to be exposed a little bit too as the offense.
And they're on the field a lot. Last week, 91 plays. This week, I don't know how many plays it was, but last 2 weeks, teams you're playing are averaging about 40, just under 40 minutes of possession. So, just not the way you want to get it done.
And guess where they go next week?
Texans ran 71 plays. Yesterday.
71 plays. But Nate, and before the half, 3rd and 10, knowing this to me, and this speaks to like maybe where they think the QB is or whatever, but like 3rd and 10 before the half, you run the ball. If I remember correctly. You don't get the ball back out of the half, and full well they're going to get the ball. I don't think you get the ball out of the half until like 7 minutes, unless I'm remembering it the wrong way.
No, yeah, they ran it. I'm watching it.
Yeah. So, anyways, big win for the Texans. Big win for D'Amico Ryans. I'm happy for him. Now, Nate, you got center stage to talk about your Jags, bro. The division leaders. Is that how I address them now?
I mean, hey, you can address them any way you want, but usually when that pitcher is up there, you always want to find a way to talk about the Chiefs and them being in the postseason and all this other stuff. Get them the fuck out of here. It's the Jaguars. It's the Jags. It's us. It's us. You were talking about the Titans last week. Oh, I think I'm going to take the Titans, man. Look at the number. The Titans. Belt to ass. Get them out of here.
It's Arden Key's fault.
Well, blame it on whoever you want. But the Jags, we're ready. It's December. It's December football. It was November football last yesterday. But now it's December football.
Liam, it's going to be different now.
Yeah, it is. Getting different. Guys are getting healthy. I like the way our offense looks. I mean, hey, Trevor is Trevor. You don't know what we're going to get with him, but it's on everyone else to be ready that when Trevor does decide to have a good game,
when he decides,
you guys have to have a good game too.
I need you to stand by.
And so as long as that happens, then we're all good. Jacoby Myers looks amazing. Him and Trevor, they look good. We got Brenton Strange screaming down the middle, big tight end, just running through the middle, scoring touchdowns. Ha! That is a pause. But for him, it's all good. My man, Cam, I got a big leg, little, just kicking. We just have to get the ball over the 50-yard line. That's all we have to do. And I think the Jags, if we simplify things, they still piss me off because we go into all these games and we give the ball to Etienne and Bashal Tutin, and we're just running the ball, and we look so good doing it. And then it's like we go into halftime and they go in there.
What's up with the run game, though, in the second half?
I don't know what that is.
But the defense stood up, though. They play, and I gotta say, Jacoby Myers is a real weapon for you guys, and I'm happy for him because to escape Vegas And it helps Trevor work the middle of the field. That to me, he's the perfect guy for what they needed.
And I think it's only going to get better now. BTJ, Brian Thomas, this was his first game back in a couple of games. Once him and Jacoby Myers are on the field together, and with Parker Washington, it's just one of those things now you kind of have to force defenses and the guys, the man-up guys, hey, who are we manning up? Who's the number one?
Yeah.
And as long as everyone just catches the ball on the days that Trevor decides to play well, I think it's going to go well for the Jaguars here out. I mean, we got the Colts coming in, and if you look at the past, the Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014.
I know, and they're primed to lose the way they're playing.
And with everything that's going on.
You guys, man, like I got to hand it to you. I think it speaks to how good the coach is.
Absolutely, 1,000.
Because my opinion on the quarterback doesn't change much.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they put things together and the way they hired on defense, I think it's just a big turnaround, man. So congratulations to your squad, man.
Happy.
Enjoy this.
And DK got to get DK for the Titans. He got to do better. He got me negative points in fantasy this week.
Yo, DK definitely got to do better.
Are you really a fan of your team if you're starting guys who are playing your team?
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a code break.
Yeah, it is.
Code break.
Yeah, it is.
We got to bring code breaks back.
Yeah.
When you're trying not to be last place in the fantasy league, you got to do
You got to do what you got to do.
Dan Orlovsky tweeted about a week ago, man, Trevor
Coach
Lawrence
Dan Orlovsky?
Yes, Coach Dan Orlovsky, future Pittsburgh Steelers coach Dan Orlovsky, he tweeted, Trevor Lawrence has some throws on tape that look like he's the best player at the position in football. Then he has 3 or 4 throws a game that look like it's his first start roller coaster ride. If he ever gains consistency,
it is an absolutely roller coaster ride because some of the passes, the touchdown to Brent Strange, the laser watching that. I was here at the studio and I was so excited, and then he throws some bullshit, and you're just like, "What are you doing?"
That's the thing. He's really talented, but he's not. It's a crazy hot scale. He'd have to be a lot hotter. The highs would have to be a lot higher. Comparing it to the Josh Allen stuff, where I'm like, I can forgive that. I just can't when I see it. As often as I see it,
it's not a ceiling issue. It's a floor issue.
It's a floor issue.
Raise the floor.
It's a floor issue. All right, so we're gonna talk about the Bills Steelers, man. This is a tweet from Seth Rorabaugh.
This is the best.
Mike Tomlin will say something like, "We can't eat soup with forks. We need spoons." Then the Steelers will sign a 2018 Pro Bowler to the practice squad.
Did we look up the 2018 Pro Bowlers?
No.
Available?
That's a good question.
Because if someone gets signed there this week,
I would totally believe it if that was a Tomlin quote.
This is what this game was to me. Like I had people ask me before the game, "You betting your guys? Should I bet the Bills?" No, you shouldn't. They're down two starting tackles who happen to be 2 of the best players on their offense. They're down their number 1 pass catcher in Kincaid. They're down their number 2 wide receiver in Josh Palmer, really. And Keon Coleman's playing in the football game. And Josh has been a box of chocolates this year, dude. You just, shout out Forrest Gump, because I'm not sure what I'm going to get. And yesterday, what I got was a team football win. I saw the Bills support players play well, including those tackles. Yep. You talk about like Alec Anderson, who played right tackle for them yesterday, hadn't played right tackle in a game since UCLA. I've heard that talked about a lot. Like he's repped some preseason stuff, but that's a big spot for him. You think about the edges, even as bad as the Steelers have been, will they be able to, A, run the ball enough with enough authority that it's not going to be an issue to drop back and throw it, and B, when they do, will Josh be getting murdered? And yes and no. Yes, they were able to run the ball with authority. No, they didn't get Josh killed. And QB run game was part of it. But I just think coming in there and in a game where Pittsburgh scores, you go down, you're Sean McDermott, you decide, hey, we're going to go. We get a procedural penalty. Going was the right call, but the fact they only kicked a field goal, there's a chance that the Steelers come out of the half and go up 14-3 in a game like that. They're going to lose it. And Joey Bosa, who has 5 forced fumbles now this year, you talk about being a mercenary pass rusher. It is about those big plays. It's about, hey, we don't know how we're going to win this game, but somebody's got to step up and make a play. And to bury Rodgers the first play of the second half, and legitimately the quarterback gets up and he's got a bloody face, man.
Bro.
Like, dude, and
Rodgers
he's got a
looked like
cast
he
on
was
his
going
hand.
through it that game.
I'm
He
just
looked like he was. He
way
was
he got
tough.
up.
I know we're not supposed to say this, which is stupid, but like if you play a quarterback and you bloody his face without doing something dirty or intentional, like you're doing your job, dude. They knocked him legitimately out of the game for a play or two. Mason Rudolph came in, threw the ball to Benford. Benford touched the ball twice in 2 minutes. The minute the clock hit 13 minutes in the third quarter, it was over. And you know why it was over? Because the Bills came into their house and said, we're going to set the fucking rushing record on you guys. 250 yards. They ran for a country mile on those dudes, man. It was amazing. And they ran the same fucking play over and over again. You know, Nolan.
20 reps of duo.
20 reps of duo.
Duo.
They tested the right edge. You know, whether it was Porter Jr. or whoever was over there, guys getting nosy, corners playing off. James Cook is as good as anybody at bouncing the football. And, you know, they did it with scheme. They did it with force. They did it with angles. And they just ran the fuck out of the football. So the other thing is they tackle well defensively, which is something they haven't always done. And that's the name of the game when you play the Steelers. The only way the Steelers can kill you is if you don't tackle well. And I thought Shaq Thompson played well for them. The Bills, I know I do this every time they win, but, like, look at the AFC, man. You know, their bugaboo might not make the playoffs, dude. And then it comes down to, can you beat the Patriots? You know, can you beat these other teams? You might have to go on the road, but if you can run the football and if you get Kincaid back and you know Brandon Cooks comes along for them, I thought the backs played really well for them. Ty Johnson, huge conversions. Ray Davis hasn't done much this year, but a big spot for him. It was just a team win, and it was a physical statement.
Hey, Chris, I have a 2018 Pro Bowler. Good fit for the Steelers. You ready?
Yeah.
Adam Thielen.
Oh my God.
They need some receiver help. He just asked for release today.
It's kind of a nice fit, dude.
Bro, the fact that
could work out.
It's kind of a nice fit.
Hey, that's disrespectful.
He also, you know, as a white wide receiver, you know he's going to be in those extra meetings with Aaron Rodgers. You know he's going to be looking for those hand signals.
Are you calling him untalented?
I'm just saying, at this stage in his career, he's savvy.
He better be in all the
locker room
meetings.
guy.
Oh yeah, Rodgers said guys weren't in the meeting.
Bro, that's disrespectful as hell. Like I just feel like
so
if you're a wide receiver and like Aaron Rodgers, if anybody, even if it's the first time you being on a team with him, if you're having extra meetings for like checks and wide receiver stuff with the quarterback, I think that's crazy to have the quarterback even say that out loud.
And can I say something?
Unless it's DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
And they're beefing and it's like, fuck you, just throw me the ball.
Should be on the same page. The margins are too thin for them. Yeah. But Aaron Rodgers is a guy that when he was in New York, I did not feel empathy for because I was sorry he got hurt, obviously. But like I don't know if it was, and I said this last night on my live show, and I'm not taking a shot. I just, you know, the McAfee appearances got tiresome for me, and hearing, you know, hey, he's on the wrong side of the red line, and also like, what do you expect, man? You chose the Jets, you know, like it's gonna be fucked up around you. But when he picked the Steelers, I thought he picked a good landing spot, and I guess I thought wrong. I just, for me, I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers in actuality. And I never would have said that last year. I feel bad for him because the protection's not been good. It's not a well-built group. And he hasn't found a rapport with anybody really outside wide receiver-wise. I think they have two really good weapons out of the backfield in Warren and Gainwell, and I think Washington's like a very interesting weapon to have, but they're not a conventionally built offense. They would have needed – this whole thing would have worked out, and Rodgers has no control over this, if they're in 20 to 16 games. Their defense has not played up to it. You know, they just haven't. So, and I do feel bad for Rodgers. This is not the way I like seeing one of the greatest quarterbacks in the game go out. He should be in Minnesota.
Well, and is he playing his way down the greatest QB list because of recency bias?
No, I don't judge players based on their last stop, like when it comes to their real legacy. I just don't, not unless they're in the prime of their career. He's not in the prime of his career. What do you expect a 40-plus-year-old guy? Tom Brady ruined this thing for everybody.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Tom Brady had almost 32,000 pass yards, 218 pass touchdowns, and 2 Super Bowl wins after he turned 40 years old.
That's so dumb when people, I'm not saying you're doing it, but like when people are like, yeah, well, Brady was able to do it. I'm like, well, okay.
There was I saw a tweet the other day that showed Brady's his first 12 years of his career compared to his second 12 years, like the two stats, and then he had basically those 2 careers were both better than Joe Montana's.
It's wild, dude.
Career.
It's wild.
Incredible.
So anyways, I just think it was a big team win for them, and yeah, so they got the Bengals next week, who are going to be really hungry, and we'll see. I don't know what the Cats.
Cat team's bowling out right now.
The Cats are on the move. Let's do flyover, shall we?
I just want to put this out there. Feels good that the Jags aren't in the flyover this week.
And
it feels good, man.
I told you I got you.
Nate.
I mean, that's a flyover type game, not because of you guys, anything you are or aren't.
Yeah.
But it was a fucking hideous game to watch.
Yeah, but just wait for all the hideous ones we're gonna have to keep watching when they keep winning.
No, you're right. They're gonna be in 4-minute mode the rest of the season, probably. I would think.
As everyone buckles their seatbelts, as we board the flyovers.
Who do you want to hear from?
BetMGM.
Oh yeah,
this
you do.
flight is presented by BetMGM.
I want to hear from them too.
Yeah. As the football season rolls on, BetMGM continues to have you covered. It's giving you another chance at first touchdown scores. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back in cash if your first touchdown scorer ends up scoring second instead. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you cash your bet. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code GREENLIGHT to enjoy up to a $1,500 new player offer on your first wager. BetMGM, make it legendary. Make it legendary.
And our first flyover, Seahawks, Vikings.
Nolan and Beau were all over this. I'm trying to get us a surprise guest for later in the show. Just teasing that in here.
Cool.
Go ahead, Beau.
Yeah, I can start this off. I mean, the Vikings did not score a single point. The Seahawks won 26-0. That's why it's in the flyovers. I mean, I was pretty critical of J.J. McCarthy last week. He was in concussion protocol, which is why University of Minnesota Golden Gopher, fuck the Gophers. But Brosmer started, and honestly, he looked like he wasn't quite ready. I mean, there was a lot of throws that he missed. Now, the Seattle defense is very good. It's a tough place to play. So I kind of feel for him in that respect. But, man, he just didn't play well. It seemed like he just wasn't quite ready. He had a Will Levis-esque play that resulted in a pick six.
That was wild.
Not a lot of good things. Yeah, that was bad ball. And there's really no other way to put that, man.
I know it's fourth down, but Jesus, dude.
You can't. Yeah. Offensively, not a ton to talk about for the Vikings, obviously, since they didn't score. It just feels like they're in a very tough position with their quarterback situation. And then, obviously, Sam Darnold on the other side of the field. Minnesota let him walk. I think the one kind of bright spot, if you are the Vikings, I was impressed with Flores and the defense. They sacked Darnold 4 times. A lot of middle pressure. We talked about that a little bit, Nolan. But can you tell me what you're seeing on tape, how opposing defenses are attacking the Seahawks, and how that might come back to rear its head in the playoffs and the final stretch of this regular season?
Yeah, I think that, coming out of this, obviously, Seahawks fans are seeing 26-0 win. You want to feel good about it, but I do think that this is becoming a pattern for them with Sam Darnold, and that kind of becoming the blueprint to slow down this offense is middle pressure, post-snap rotations. It's kind of like, you look at the season JSN's having, and it's like, man, how do you cover this guy? The way you cover him is move Darnold off his spot. It kind of short-circuits the entire offense. Flores, he's known for blitzing. They blitzed over half their plays yesterday and held the Seahawks to a 26% offensive success rate when they blitzed. They had Kubiak, Darnold, the offensive line in a blender, trying to get these counts correct, get the blitzes picked up. I also thought the Minnesota edge guys won a bunch of rushes, Grenard, Turner, Van Ginkel, obviously. So I think there is kind of a blueprint out there now, and I think that's a little concerning for the Seahawks moving forward. So, but you said it, man. Defense was outstanding. I mean, I don't know if there's a worse assignment for a rookie quarterback going on the field at Seattle. The 12s are going nuts. You're staring at these fire-breathing dragons across the field with Williams, fucking Murphy. All those guys, Ernest Jones.
That's rough.
That's a scary group to have to face.
And thank you, BetMGM, because that's why at the start of the game when I seen Brosman warming up, Brosmer warming up, I was like, this Seattle defense is going to eat him alive.
Yeah.
And literally, I went on, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put this first touchdown bet in for Seahawks defense or special teams.
That's wild.
And what do you know? It happened. I'm like, what is it, like a 50-yard plus pick six?
85 yards.
85 yards. And then everyone online, the memes are saying it's rivaling some of the Will Levis stuff.
I mean, it is rivaling, but it is tough. Yeah, you should. It's like a welcome to the Western Front. Today is Normandy for you, Private Brosmer. Like
exactly.
Good luck out there.
I'm in this boat.
Was that
when it opens? Just go that way,
his
dude.
teammates get sawed down.
So it was
that best seat, JJ McCarthy?
Worst seat. Don't take that. Oh, you're talking about?
Yeah, maybe.
McCarthy?
Maybe.
I thought you were saying
best seat for the Vikings is Adam Thielen.
Simply
Justin
not
Jefferson.
having to play
Right.
That
Seattle.
JJ.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking of the there's that skit where the injured quarterback's on the sideline. He's like, that's a good throw by a backup and he was probably like, oh yeah, that is a good throw right there.
That's pretty funny, man. Speaking of the backup and starter deal, there was a moment yesterday when we were about to talk about Browns and 49ers where Shador left the game and then Dylan Gabriel came in and Shador was like, no, get the fuck out of here, dude. So we'll talk about this game here. We'll start with San Francisco. This is the reason I gave them out was because I just think they're an adult football team. And, when you're playing a football team like that where it is going to be tough sledding and, you got to block Myles Garrett, who we will talk about. I can't wait to talk about him. But, you get out there and it's windy, and it's one of those games where 2 days prior you're looking at the forecast and, there's people standing in a blizzard telling us this is what it's going to look like Sunday, and it just ends up being very windy, which can make it hard to pass the football. But San Francisco is able to do that. They're able to, get the ball in the perimeter. They're able to keep you honest with the run game, play action. You turn your back to the defense, like all that stuff. And that's just why I took San Francisco, and it kind of worked out that way. It was close for a little bit. I think the defense, you talk about guys like Keon White and Cleveland Farrell with multiple sacks in this game. Well, Keon White had one, but, it's solid. The job he's doing defensively with this group is pretty great. They did have 3.36 time to throw, so there was a lot of time for the rushers to get there, but I think the defense did a nice job. They had to deal with a lot of run game. Kyle Shanahan, on a day where Shane Steichen's kind of thing is blowing up a little bit, the Coach of the Year thing, he should be on the short list. I've been saying this all year, man. This team
100%.
being 8-4, whatever they are, is very impressive. What I see when I see Shador right now is I see a mid-round quarterback who just had to hop in and start a football game last week for the first time. And this is the second one. And I see some good things, and I also see things that kind of confirm suspicions. And, I said this last night on my live, like, I think the discourse is out of control on each side. And I'm not going to join either side. I'm just going to break this thing down like it's a football game, which is what it is. I do think when you look at this game, there were times, and over the last couple of weeks, where they've had to run the ball. Like where they get in the red zone, they run the ball, or they go into Wildcat. And you see other teams doing that too. So, and in a game like this, you have to understand, young quarterback, not a lot of experience. We pointed out the fact that he's not gotten a bunch of practice reps. What they are seeing in practice might dictate that, hey, when the field shrinks in the red area, we've got to run the football, or when we get in third and short or third in medium, we're going to try to run the ball in 4-down territory, because one of the things on Shador is he does take a little bit to get the ball out. When the field shrinks or when time fractions are sped up, young quarterbacks tend to struggle. And they were in this football game. They had multiple opportunities and got stuffed on money down. So, I see a quarterback who's young, and every week he's going to grow up. You can't – I think the Jerry Jeudy stuff, I don't like seeing a wide receiver get on a young quarterback like that. And I think a lot of people that – well, he's not that guy, but the only thing I don't like about what I've seen the conversation framed like is you're not that guy to be talking to Shador like that.
No,
you're just not that guy to talk to a young no one should be talking to a young quarterback like that because it kills his confidence.
Exactly. At least do that.
It should be Tom Brady.
Take a step back and then go back over there and then be like, hey, I just want to win.
Yeah.
We want. Let's just get on this.
And maybe that happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the point is, he missed him on 3rd and 4. He's wide open. He probably wanted him to rip the out route in the end zone when he had the safety. Or was close to the safety, and these are all teachable moments for him, so he's playing in a fucked up situation by nature. It's the Cleveland Browns. Yep. The other thing I want to make perfectly clear from where I sit is it's not personal. It's the Cleveland Browns. He's playing for a team that has no ambitions of going anywhere this year, and their eyes are set on the future. If he's going to be a part of that future, he's got to play really well down the stretch, and so that's what it is. To the main event, Myles Garrett, okay? The first play of the game, I can't show you film, but I'm going to show you screenshots of film. Okay, I want you to look at this play right here. The first play of the game, they boot out away from Myles Garrett, who's lined up at defensive right end, and he's lined up over Trent Williams. And Trent Williams is basically on the hash. You see where my pointer is at the snap of the football? Myles Garrett beats him. And he gets to that point at Brock Purdy in 5.5 steps. Mm-hmm. I was counting steps. I lost space and time breaking this Myles Garrett tape down. And I'm just doing it because he's so close to breaking this record. So we should all take the time to appreciate what we're getting to watch on film right now. This guy's unbelievable. And the Trent Williams matchup is a lot of fun. Before the game, you heard Trent Williams talk about, they were like, do you lose sleep because of Myles Garrett? And he was like, no. And then he was like, nah, seriously, this guy's fucking pretty good, dude. And when you hear that from a guy like Trent Williams, it just speaks to the respect that he has. They're two amazing Hall of Fame players. There's another rep. I want to show you the next rep here. This was his up and under. His sack, he probably covers 6 feet on the up and under. This is a rep I watched.
Laterally?
It's unbelievable.
That's insane.
It's
like he teleports, man. I don't know how he got that far laterally. He's insane.
Physiologically, biometrically, I don't know what the fucking word would be. The body mechanics, he's the perfect football player. He is engineered to play football. It's crazy. Yep. Every movement that he does is just nuts. So, anyways, look at this thing here. Okay, I want to show me. I need the other picture first, Cowboy. This is the most amazing rep I've ever seen. You got to humor me on this thing because I'm D-line nerding out. But basically, Trent's setting him inside out. He's doing a pretty good job of it. Myles takes a step or two off the ball, and that's where he plants to go up and under. Okay, so you see where his right foot is? Click to the next picture. That's one step.
It's insane.
That's one fucking step. And the craziest thing about this rep, I watched this rep for 5 minutes. Trent recovers. Myles takes another big step outside and immediately goes to power. All this happens in 2 seconds.
Damn.
It was like watching a good offensive tackle and a good rusher in 2x. He goes inside, then back outside, immediately goes to post fucking Trent Williams. Trent somehow recovers, goes to knock his hands down because Myles is at a 45 immediately. And Myles just keeps driving him backwards, and they end up in Brock's lap, and Brock gets out of it. But to me, it's just like when you get a chance to watch two players like this go head to head, we should talk about it. I don't care how fucking meaningless the game is. It was unbelievable. It was like watching, like the Monstars out there. It's awesome.
I wonder if these guys know how good
awesome.
how good they look when they are doing it.
I was thinking about this today, like, if you had to swap vehicles with, if I get to drive the Myles Garrett vehicle for a day,
right?
How? This is so fucking cool. Oh my god, dude! But then if I put him in, he had to drive my vehicle for a day, how much he would be like, damn, dude, respect, bro. I
it goes to the doctor's office.
Yes, he's like,
you just kill. Just kills himself.
Oh, damn, like, man, goddamn, dude. Damn, Beau. He's got a family in this situation. A lovely wife, and but no, you can't. I can't do stuff. No one can, dude. The guy's unbelievable. So he's going. I said last week he's going to have 1 or 2 in this game, and he's going to have at least a hat trick in Tennessee. He's going to break it next week.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to break it next week. He's going to have 26 sacks this year. That's just the number I have in my head.
We want 30.
And what's so cool about that is the way you describe Miles being perfectly engineered to play football, play defensive end. When Trent was really rolling, like his prime, that's what he was for tackles.
Yeah.
He opened up the playbook for designs you're able to get to in the run game.
No question.
The way he moves.
But that's why it's a scheme thing. Like, it's talent, but it's also watching Kyle try to avoid him.
Yes.
Like a grizzly bear in the kitchen. You're trying to make a meal in the kitchen, and there's a grizzly bear in there. Mm-hmm. And you somehow.
Purdy said that after the game. He's like, you come to the line of scrimmage, and the first thing going through your head is where is he?
Where is he, dude? There are some actions that they roll him out just so they can they block him with 2 people and roll him out towards him for a second and then away just to get him a look at Miles to see where he is. Yeah. You want to get eyes on him. Yep. First they were just rolling him away, and then they're like, you know what, take a peek and then roll away. Right. It's fun to watch. So
we've got a poll in the chat right now. Myles Garrett is a top blank rusher of all time. Is he top 10, top 5? Can we quantify? Yes, pass rusher.
I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be top 2. I think
that's what I voted, Chris.
There's reason to believe that when he's all when it's all said and done. And there are people, and I talked about this last night because on the live show I was talking like this, and there was somebody like, he's no LT. And I go, dude, and I'm not taking anything away from LT or anybody, because I think LT or Reggie White, for instance, 2 of the baddest motherfuckers to ever walk the planet, dude, as far as a football player is concerned. But if you dropped Myles Garrett into a game in 1986, they would call the National Guard. Yeah. they would seriously, there would be legislation. Literally, you can't put him out there with some of the tackles that he was probably going to face. So, and don't get me wrong, I've seen LT do things and that's why I'm not saying one's better than the other. It's like the Aaron Donald thing. Everybody wants to, but it's a different era. Everybody's different. All guys do different things. Reggie White's so different than Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's so different than Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor's so different than Myles Garrett. I think those guys could end up being the Mount Rushmore, literally Mount Rushmore. Yep. I don't want to get out over my skis. He's got how many sacks?
19 this season.
19. No, I know on his career. Sorry. Watch him not get the record because I just jinxed the fuck out of him.
Hell no.
120 and a half. 9 seasons.
In 9 seasons. The guy's body, to me, he could play easily 15 in his prime. I see at least another 6, double digits. He's going to end up if he's healthy, God willing, and if the Browns don't come. Browns have done everything in their power. That's another thing. They've never been a team that's good to rush for. Mm-hmm. I don't mean schematically. I mean game script-wise. Crazy. Yeah. I told you last night, I still have my jersey from when I had 13 on 2 and 14 team, and I thought I was like He-Man for being able to do that. And this guy's going to have 26 of those motherfuckers.
He has 6 straight 12 sacks.
It's incomprehensible. Guys like me or guys that play the position, if you get double digits, it's an amazing year. This guy had double digits 2 months ago. Or it feels like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
Well, and it's wild because last week we were saying, okay, the record's at 22 and a half. He was at 18.
It's humbling.
He could have legitimately gotten the record in this game with 5 sacks because he's done it before.
I know.
And it's not.
It could happen next week. That's what I'm saying.
That's what you
The tackles in Tennessee. It's and Cam tries to make plays.
Yeah.
It could be an ugly deal. All right, the Hemingway game. I'm putting a Band-Aid on. We can only make the plane noise so many times in the show. The Hemingway game, dude, the drunkest game on the board, the Jets and the Falcons. You could make an argument that the Bermuda Triangle game, which is coming up soon, would have been the Hemingway, but this was pretty drunk, wasn't it? It was kind of shitty drunk.
With Tyrod?
Yeah, TT.
Tyrod versus Kirk in 2025.
Here are some of the things that happened in this game. Tyrod Taylor and Kirk Cousins. And then this is the wildest part to me and the most embarrassing part for Atlanta. And maybe this is why we say thank you, Jets, because I think the Jets are culturally building something where the Falcons are kind of imploding. 53 seconds ago, you got the ball in your own 33. You lose the game in regulation without going to overtime. So you give the ball back to the Jets, and they find a way to beat you. This game featured A.D. Mitchell going for a hundo, which was awesome. Good for him.
Dude from the Colts.
Yeah, I believe that was his first career game.
Not just a throw-in in the trade. Mm-hmm. If they can get something out of him, that's going to be that'll be good. And then this also had there was like a dead dog celly or something in this game. I don't know what that celebration was where the guy was like,
oh,
yeah. I don't know what he was doing on the ground.
Yeah, people were saying they can't wait to use that celebration in FIFA.
That celebration was ridiculous, dude. I was like, is he okay?
They called it a dead
I thought it was fencing posture for a second.
I don't know what it was,
weird.
Dude. It
looked like a fish
I thought
out
it was
of water.
No, it reminded me.
What?
You remember in flag football this year, those kids on my son's team that did this weird celebration where the kid just got on the ground and like laid there, and after the game he was like, that was my friend Turner's dog died. It's a dead dog, Sally. I was like, and he said it like in front of like a group of 5 parents. I was like, fucking 6'7" dead dog, Sally. Like, your generation is so
wrong with
close,
these
dude.
people?
Who raised this generation?
Dead fish celebration.
Dead fish
is elite, though.
Yeah, I don't.
Elite.
The dead dog.
He was like, it was dead dog, Sally.
Dead dog.
This is some heavy shit. I told on him to his parent. I was like, did you hear? Your kid's fucking funny, dude. All right. Anything else on that game that you guys want to talk about?
Well, Nick Folk, those close-ups of Nick Folk at the end.
Oh, he's just
like zooming in on his face. They showed about 3 minutes of a close-up shot of Nick.
Dude, the life of a kicker is fucking kind of lonely, man.
Yeah,
I don't feel bad for them at all, but
Beau doesn't either.
You know, it was like Jake Moody last night. Like they're just going through like his whole like you go to a locker room for 2 weeks. Nobody gives a fuck, knows you exist.
Right.
There's people that are like, is this a staffer? And then all of a sudden, like, nobody asked for this. You got to kick the ball in the wind between this upright at the end of the game, and it decides whether they hate you or they love you in this locker room. Just one thing. And then you leave 2 weeks later and you go to a new team.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Exactly.
Hate you for the rest of your career there or love you for the next, 3 minutes?
No, they don't even. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I played with Nick Folk. I didn't even know he was still playing. I was like, oh, hey. Good to see you out there, buddy.
You look good.
Him. I mean, he was fine. Yeah, hey, nice kick, buddy.
Good, Nick.
6 yards.
What
sucks
sucks
about this game? Seeing the coaches shake hands at the end of the game and being like, dang, that's 2 black coaches about to get fired.
No.
You don't think
Dude,
so?
Only
No,
one.
they're not firing Aaron Glenn.
Only one. The Jets are going to keep their coach?
Yeah, Glenn's not getting
100%.
fired.
You don't think so?
He's not going anywhere.
2,000%. The owner loves that guy.
Dude,
The
they
owner
have
threw the
billion
quarterback under the fucking Quicks bus, dude.
He did throw him under the bus.
Yeah, and they backed over him, and that's how much he loves Aaron Glenn. Like he was standing up for him. I think Aaron Glenn's. I'm hoping he's the guy. I love Raheem Morris, but I just seriously coolest dude ever, and he's had a great career as a coach.
I follow a Falcons fan.
Yeah.
And they just put up stuff every week about all the different coaches that they could have had instead of Raheem Morris.
Yeah, well, it sucks, man. You know, but they also people wanted them to hire Bill, and not that college outcomes have anything to do with the pros, but right now it doesn't look as enticing. So I don't know, man. I think the Falcons just need to start over. And what sucks is their defense is kind of fun, dude. They got some young players that are pretty good, and I think Ulbricht's done a good job.
You don't think 37-year-old Kirk Cousins can make a little run?
No. And I worry about Penix's body now, long term. It's it feels like almost like an inevitability. So
he might not even be back till well in next season.
So it might be. I know people were hey, you're being a little hard on the young guy.
A lot of lap dances before he gets to come back.
What do you mean, bro?
I mean, he's in Atlanta.
I know, but like he's got like he might be
What? You get
he might be in a relationship, bro.
He's on
a
IR.
relationship doesn't mean
He's on IR.
You can't get a lap dance if you're in a relationship.
Also, you might not want to bear weight on that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
There's some talented girls down there in Atlanta. They can work it out. They can work it out for sure. Hey, speedy recovery, Penix, man. Speedy recovery.
He'll be, bro. He's a legend no matter what, bro. That Washington year was just fucking magic. That was awesome. And you'd be hard pressed not to find somebody who's got respect for him. I'm worried about their future, Atlanta's. Okay, speaking of quarterbacks who got hurt, Justin Herbert's going to undergo surgery for a broken non-throwing hand. Yeah, so, and they got the Birds coming up this week, don't they?
He broke it in his first offensive series yesterday.
Yeah.
Ooh, so who's their backup?
Dude, he's fucking tough though. I
I thought he was a total. I thought he was a softie.
Who's
That's what everybody tells me.
And they do have the
Monday
Eagles. Trey Lance is the backup.
Is he going to play? Like, can you play with that?
Lance played a little bit
Yeah.
yesterday.
Who, Herbert or Lance?
Yeah.
Lance did.
Herbert's still expected to play.
No, Herbert's going to play.
Herbert's
Yeah.
expecting to play.
Oh man, so he going to
Herbert's
beat y'all
gonna
with a fucked up offhand?
I didn't say. Stop involving me in everything Eagles. Like I'm on the field, dude.
You're the
Fax is on the field for the Jaguars. The way
Yeah,
he
but I've
walks
also.
in and
But to be
talks
fair to
Maybe
me,
weekend.
to be fair to me, have you heard me once this year say they're a Super Bowl team?
Hey man, stop caping. We're not talking about that. Let's talk in the moment.
Stop caping. I'm doing the opposite.
Yeah, I know. Let's talk in the
Yes.
moment.
I'd love to talk in the moment. Let's
let
talk
us all
about,
feel good about the Eagles losing and talking to Chris Long about it.
bro.
But we'll get there. We'll get there. We're talking about
That's
the Chargers
hate.
and the Raiders.
That is
So
hate.
your Super Bowl team, the Raiders, or your AFC West championship team?
I want to speak about that.
You did.
I did. Bro, what kind of bullshit is that? Chip Kelly? He was called he was forgetting the plays? What? Yo, you were calling in wrong plays to Geno Smith? You got us mad thinking that Geno's the guy that's messing up? Imagine Reed just giving you a paper full of bullshit and scribbles and jibber jabber. And you
Chris
get
could
here
never imagine that.
And you
No, I think
Dog, I
pretty well.
play for Terry Robisky. I draw my own plays up.
But bro, hearing that like you're getting
Gino's
calls
messing
in,
up.
hearing
by the
that
way.
you're getting calls in
Yeah.
that are messed up. Hey, is it Gino or him? Who is it? I don't know. I think that
It's always
Neither
somewhere in the
or.
middle, but
somewhere in the
it's
middle.
always somewhere in the middle.
But even
But
have that on your jacket that like, hey, you can't read a play and call it in correctly.
Yeah.
That you're putting together. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
no, it's nuts. I mean, the way that the Raiders have been built, like it's like buying a house and like the first week shit starts falling apart, and you call like, and they can't find any subs, and it's just a disaster, bro. Like, yeah, they're behind the eight ball. But the nice thing is for the Raiders is like this has been a very, very ethical tank. It has.
Art attack.
Like it looked like, and it might be an on purpose thing, but it's probably an accident where you're like, we're going to establish a culture, and along the way we might lose some games, but we're definitely not going to be a 2-win team. So what did you think, Noel? You checked this game out. The thing I asked you to do last night was, hey, give us some numbers.
Yep.
Because we saw it in the Steelers game where Aaron Rodgers has a hand injury, and it affects the amount of snaps they can take under center. So I think Greg Roman's got a real challenge ahead of him in how that they get to the run game. The angles, obviously, in the run game are different. We talk about that a lot with Atlanta, coincidentally. Yep. How are they going to be able to overcome, and what do the numbers tell you about what they're going to lean into less out of the gun?
Yeah, so it's really interesting, without boring everybody with a bunch of numbers. Basically, when you look at everything, all the play calling tendencies from Greg Roman out of gun versus under center, they're basically two different offenses. So in the gun, way more pass heavy. They're 80% pass out of gun, whereas under center, 70% run. So a huge disparity there. And that those passes are mostly drop back passing. Pretty much all of their play action comes from under center. 88% of their play actions coming under center. So going from operating from the gun. They're way more pass heavy, drop back passing, and the run game is mostly inside zone, whereas from under center, they're able to be a lot more balanced in their run concepts. They're able to get to outside zone. They're able to get to duo, power, those kinds of things. So it's just going to be interesting to see how they're able to make that adjustment, specifically in the run game. That's something they want to do out of the gun. And then also, being able to incorporate the play action passing element too, which is something I think Herbert does really well and obviously lends well to the run game that they want to lean on. It doesn't look like it's going to be necessarily a quick fix. So considering the timing of this, how late we are in the season, it's going to be interesting to see how they make this adjustment.
I got a question for you, Noel. I was just going to say, have they run a lot of pistol? Because that's what you saw the approach for the Steelers, on Sunday with Aaron Rodgers offhand.
Not too much pistol across the whole season. So maybe that's something they go to.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if yeah, exactly. They go to a little more pistol because it feels like such a pro-style offense, quarterback under center, you run the ball, boots, play actions, quarterback in shotgun, more drop-back passing, and that's kind of how Greg Roman is. Just curious to see, it feels like at all points, every week during this season, they've had to just figure out ways to run their offensive scheme, kind of, fighting uphill battles because they haven't been able to do it with the personnel that they've had due to injury. So it's like just another wrinkle for them that they have to overcome offensively to actually run their offense.
Yeah, across the season, they're only 3% pistol across the whole season. So maybe that is something they go to. And obviously, like Chris was saying, that would give you those kinds of under center run angles. But I think one bright spot out of this was I felt like when Herbert came back in after missing a little bit of time in the second quarter with that injury, obviously he had the interception down. I think it was like 3rd and goal. That was a bad decision. But otherwise, I didn't see his accuracy impacted in any way. And obviously the injuries with his offhand. So, that should be expected. Where that injury could manifest itself for them is ball security,
right?
In the pocket, like D line, everybody's gonna be swiping at that thing. So, could be a chance some takeaways.
Things only get tougher for the Chargers.
Big shout out Kamani Vidal though.
Yeah,
146 yards on 25 carries.
I was wrong about him. I thought he wouldn't be the answer. He's the answer.
He's becoming a nice player for them.
Yeah, he is. Oh, is it time? Hold on one second. Do I have any ad reads or anything, Cowboy?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So
you can go to Bermuda ad read free.
Oh, I can go to Bermuda ad read free. Let me stall for 2 seconds here, Cowboy, because I got to get you a little information. But I didn't see much of this game, but it's one of my favorite teams to talk about. It is the Miami Dolphins, and so with that in mind.
The Bermuda Triangle, where football games disappear.
I don't know, Jim. This one might disappear.
Welcome to the Bermuda Triangle, folks. I'm going to take the sunglasses off because I don't need them. It is storming like crazy down here. Is it storming down here? Okay. Yeah, we're in a storm. Can you first put up the graphic that absolutely nobody fucking asked for? It has to do with the Saints being eliminated from playoff contention. We figured at some point this would happen, dude. That dude looks unhinged. Love it. Let's that's a pretty good makeup. Let's get back to the game. This game was actually played on the outskirts of the Bermuda Triangle. When you're in Miami, if you just swim left, you are in the Bermuda Triangle. They say your character is revealed when nobody's watching. And because anybody who was actually interested in this game stopped watching after the half due to the way Shuck was playing, he has a lot of character. I like this guy's character. He showed up in the second half when this game looked over. With 3 minutes to go, I think it's 19-11. Coincidentally, the last year the Dolphins were relevant. 19-11 in this game. When I turned on the game, it's 19-17, and Minkah Fitzpatrick's running with the football the other way. Somebody told me it is a 2-point conversion, completely fucked up football game. And then the Saints were catching 3.5 points in this game, so that's a bad beat if you had that side of the ticket. There was an onside kick. I think the Saints had 2nd and 1. Was it 2nd and 1? At the 35-yard line with one timeout to go, 45 seconds. And you think they could probably get in the end zone. They can't. Quarterback sneak. Game ends. But I thought Shuck was really good in the second half. Like, honestly, I thought he moved in the pocket really well. Of all the guys who kind of I've seen play this year in inopportune situations that get spot starts, he's shown me a lot of potential. And, you know, for the Finns, it wasn't easy. Tua had an 8.1 QBR. Is that bad, Facts?
Is that bad?
Yeah.
It sounds bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's a scale of 100.
Achan's a really good player. That's like again and again what keeps coming up when you see a Dolphins game. If you are held at gunpoint and somebody makes you watch a Dolphins game, the thing I always say is Achan is a fantastic player and somebody needs to get him the fuck out of there. So I look forward to seeing him in another uniform soon. He did get drilled by a guy named Stutzman. Wearing a fucking cowboy collar. Okay?
He's badass.
But Anthony Weaver, who's one of the coolest looking coaches in the NFL, his defense since what, week 10?
I think it's week 10.
Is like a top 5 defense. Do my eyes deceive me, dude? The Dolphins are playing tough defense. They couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag early in the season. They were able to fight their way out of this one. The defense is leading the way. So they can win out and get in the playoffs, I think. I think mathematically it's possible. But, like, in reality, it's impossible.
Mathematically, it's possible. According to The Athletic, it is less of a 1% chance they make the playoffs.
Yeah, well, okay, less than 1%. It's not going to happen because I don't think the quarterback's good enough. But what they are showing me is that they have not given up on the coaching staff. And Mike, what?
You got a better chance having a baby having protected sex than making the playoffs.
Really? Is that true?
I think so.
Really?
You're telling me there's a chance.
Really? That's a good one to end on. I didn't see much of this game, but I did watch all of Shuck's throws, and I thought he was pretty good, man, in the second half. So if you're a Saints fan, encouraging to see. What does that mean? I'm not really sure. Dolphins, though, you got to win out, and I don't see that happening. So.
One big thing that the Saints found, Blake Group, they cut him. He's been struggling this year. They found Charlie Smythe. He's been playing football since 2023. He's from Northern Ireland. He kicked a 56-yarder in the rain, no problem. He also converted that helicopter onside kick to get the ball back into Saints' hands. So good for them.
The onside kick, anytime I see one converted, I'm so happy because it just never happens.
Right.
It just never fucking happens.
And we need them to keep happening so people will keep trying.
Right. No, I know.
But shout out Devon Bailey, Bronco. He caught that. He was the man who
the near game winner.
Yep.
Or the near game
Broncos legend.
Was it a tire or a winner?
Legend.
Yeah, it would have been a tire. Nick Fitzpatrick.
Good day at the office for
what a play,
Patrick, dude.
Yeah,
what a fucking play.
I just want to shout out Cam Jordan made $1.2 million on a sack too. Not a bad day at the office.
Did he really?
He hit some incentives. Yeah.
No way.
He got $600,000.
Yep.
For 2 sacks, and then Chubb got 1.2 bonus for 1 sack. So good for you boys.
Big money, and there's some good players down there.
Big money.
Not everybody gets to get on the it's like the Titanic when they get the boats and they say women and children first, and Jalen Phillips gets on one of them. And the other guys are like, man, And you know what's funny was like after the first Eagles win, like Jalen Phillips was so hyped because naturally you feel what that's like playing somewhere like that. He never played somewhere like that. And he played his ass off, and look what happens when you're a good team, you play well, and people are like, they notice you, and they put a microphone in his face after the game. It's like, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And Dolphins fans are so mad at him. Like, I saw shit online about it. I'm like, what do you want him to say, bro? Like, the franchise has been awful.
Right.
So I feel for those guys. They can fight their way out of the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
They just got to keep winning.
Keep winning.
But
keep bumping bumping that percentage up. Less than a percent. Get those numbers up.
Yeah.
Those numbers up. Hey, can we ask you a couple Thanksgiving questions?
Yeah, let's talk
Couple
about
questions
Thanksgiving.
about the Thursday and Friday games.
We got to go back.
Got to go back because we hit this. You and Kyle talked, recap those games a
Yeah.
little bit, but there's some, kind of bigger picture questions that we want to ask
curious
about
what
those
y'all
games.
think too about this stuff because we haven't talked as a group.
So after those 2 games, or those 4 games, sorry, which team had the best win on Thursday, Friday?
So I was impressed with the Bears win, like what they did, and I will talk about this in a second. Like what they did was like teaching tape in the run game. Like they walked into Philly, and the last time Philly was in facing a team that was in 4-minute mode for like a significant portion of the game. By that I mean like just grinding you down to a nub, up multiple possessions, was San Francisco 2 years ago. It's been a long time. Like the Eagles have owned that place. And so to go in there and win, I don't care if I don't think the Eagles are a great football team right now, currently. Like I think that's an impressive win for Chicago where they were. Now, we'll talk about the run game in a second. I think the Dallas win, and it might be for nothing. They might not make the playoffs because they have like a pretty low chance of making the playoffs. They need help. They need to win. To beat a Chiefs team like that whose back's against the wall in the NFL is, I mean, like, it felt like the end of a run. I'm not saying it's over for the Chiefs, but like remember when the Patriots won 10 straight fucking divisions? Like the Chiefs have just been on this tear. And this year it looked like, hey, they're probably not going to win their division, but they're going to get in the playoffs, right? Facts. And they just, and I think they're better than last year. I really think the sum of the parts is better than last year, but they're not winning these one-score games. And for Dallas to win the game the way they did, to get punched in the mouth at home early, and to make the plays continually over the last couple weeks. You think about the guy on the gunner getting punked. I've talked about this a few times. Getting up, making the play down the field, taking the ball off the returner in the Philly game. That's not a Dallas kind of play, dude. And I think what they have now is they have an offense that, if they get in, is going to be terrifying to people because they can do 2 things. They can air assault you with the best of them. They have 2 number 1s outside. They can run the football, and they can also ice the game. To finish the Chiefs out where Mahomes doesn't even get one more chance, like, and it's
impressive.
It happens because of the middle of the game where Chiefs offensive line penalties and the same old shit with that team where they're not disciplined. It feels like sometimes they're big play mining. They're too aggressive at times, impatient. Mahomes hasn't been great, but like Mahomes threw the ball to, I think it was Rice in the middle of the field, or was it Worthy, and he dropped the ball on 3rd and 8. And in that kind of game, Dallas puts such pressure on you that you can't afford to fuck up on 3rd down. And that's the type of team you're playing. And so they've got a lot to prove that they can be that team consistently, right? But the additions that they made on defense, including Quinnen Williams, you know why this is working so well? It's because you're getting guys that are getting one-on-ones, Beau. These 5 down fronts, like, all of a sudden these really good players inside are getting the one-on-ones because of the alignment, and you've got to deal with all of them in a lot of situations. And the backers in the middle of the field, Logan Wilson, Overshown, this is a good football team, and they're scary. And I think this was the most impressive win of the game, in my opinion. I thought it was Dallas, the most impressive holiday win. Yeah.
I'll piggyback a little bit. I mean, obviously on the Thanksgiving games, right? The winners are the Packers, the Cowboys, and the Bears. You kind of have to give it to the Bears. I feel like they dominated the Eagles. Their run game, they had 281 yards rushing. We've talked a lot about the Eagles defense and Vic Fangio and Phillips, and how well some of the defensive front 7 is playing. Zach Bond, Jalen Carter. So I was not expecting the I was not expecting the Bears to be able to rush for almost 300 yards. And just kind of the way that the Bears have won some of these games with the last-second heroics and things like that. Like, I was a little skeptical of their, their ability to beat a team that's at the top of the NFC. And now, obviously, the Eagles are floundering, not playing well, losing a game at home against the Bears on Black Friday. Like, it just feels like the Eagles are in the absolute fucking pits right now.
They're in
we
the
all
shit
kind of know
house.
that. They're in the shit house, but they are a very talented team, and they do have a lot of talented personnel. So I really thought that it was going to be more of a game. I didn't expect the Bears at all to run the ball like that. I was really impressed with Ben Johnson's scheme. Just they had what did these dudes run for? It's like 125 for
dude.
Swift.
The run
a little
tape,
bit of a revenge game.
We'll talk about it right now. The run tape. It was like I lost myself in the thing, dude. I looked up and how many times you guys hear me last night say, how fucking long is this tape?
Mm-hmm.
It was just
They had 45 or 47 carries.
But
that's crazy.
This is what's so impressive to me is like Vic Fangio is a good coach. And I thought not only did they out physical at times the Eagles, but they schemed them up. And I thought at times they attacked Nakobe Dean, just to be honest. Like I thought they checked into some runs that maybe he was on the ass end of a bubble run or that sort of thing. But after a while, it was kind of like a pattern, and a lot of the pre-snap motion and the eye candy, it could be something. When I talk about what's wrong with the Eagles, I can answer it by talking about the Bears. When people ask me what's wrong with the Eagles offense, and I kind of touched on this last night, like I feel like finally, if you had any doubts that, about Jalen Hurts being consistent, like you have the cover to say it. Like, okay, when you hear me talk about Jalen Hurts, I always say he's a winner. I think he's a fantastic quarterback. I think he's a fucking winner. And what he's done, you can't take away from him. But right now, I don't see him playing that well. The offensive coordinator has a big part in that. But also, it's hard to tell what came first, the chicken or the egg. Why are we not running crossing routes? Why are we not running certain concepts? Why are we not throwing the ball over the middle of the field? Why is our offense so slow? You could point to past results and say, hey, in the past, it looked like X, so why doesn't it look like X right now? Shane Steichen was able to get it out of him or whatever. He also had a dynamic run game under Kellen Moore. Like, so if you're going to compare it to the run game has been swept out from under his feet. But the point I want to make is it's all that stuff, but it's also the intent. Whatever the cause is, whatever the root cause is, when you watch a good offense play, you notice what they're trying to do. You're like, I see what they're doing, whether it's a pre-snap indicator or like some sort of counter to a play that they ran earlier, or they're attacking a certain player. I never see that with the Eagles. I just think they're running plays. And when I watch Ben Johnson's offense, it's a living organism, bro. And you see the intent in every movement pre-snap. And I, like the backers, whether it's just bumping them over a little bit so that you can hang on the double teams a little longer, which they had good success with, or it's the way they use their fullback and who's playing fullback. Yeah. They build like Near and DJ Moore's in the backfield. Well, guess what? We're all looking at DJ Moore. He's in the fucking backfield for some reason. And then they wrap him back to the flat, and you got Nakobe Dean running like a mad dog in a meat house out to the flat, out of the picture, and Reed Blankenship gets caught up in the thing too. And there's just like countless examples of them not only, putting people on public transportation, and there's really bad physical reps, but there's also reps where I'm just like, damn, they schemed them the fuck up. And now you've got support players who aren't used to playing a lot, like in big situations. Like Sidney Brown's not supposed to be playing right now, right? And so, the young guy from Bama, the backer, my brain, Jihad Campbell. Jihad Campbell, he didn't get any snaps in that game, and I didn't think the Nakobe Dean played that well in the run game. So, they've got a lot to figure out. What's wrong with the Eagles? Their offense, I'd like it to look more like the Bears' offense, where it's like I see the intention behind the things you're doing. But the other thing is, Caleb Williams is creative as fuck. And if he would fix the consistency, the accuracy on his ball, like he'll take chances. You can get out of trouble with him. I'd like to see the Eagles take more chances, man. Like I look at the Bears and I'm kind of like, man, there's some things I'd like you to do more like the Bears. Obviously the personnel's a year ago though, that personnel was shit. Remember, they added a couple guys in free agency, right? And it really helped the interior of their offensive line. But that ain't all of it. It's right. A lot of it's the scheme and how you dress it up.
A lot of it's scheme, and just to add to some of the struggles with the run defense, they saw 28 reps of outside zone. That's the Bears' bread and butter concept. Allowed 6.1.
Man, listen, I got DD29. Stafford blew the game. You don't say nothing about that. You just talk about Hurts, bro. The comparison you just made is you're excluded. Like, you can't sit at the big boy table. I'm sorry, bro. Like, You're
Kitty
talking
table
with
at Thanksgiving.
you're talking with emotion, not logic, bro. I'm sorry, dude. Like the Rams, to me, if you think the Eagles look like a better football team right now, I'm not doing this. This is not. This isn't WIP, dude. I'm sorry.
On the other hand,
go cry somewhere else.
Yeah. On the other hand,
Yeah.
AJ Brown, 35 points in fantasy.
Right.
Like we should be happy about
Yeah.
that. Right?
Yeah.
I just think it's funny. Just like I like to troll the Eagles. Like, what do you do about?
I know you do, but it's
like,
Oh, really?
No, listen. But look, what do you do about that? Just like as a fan watching and seeing all this stuff go on with AJ, and see like when he does have a good statistical game, like an amazing game, you guys lose, and then the games that they're winning, like he doesn't necessarily seem like he's contributing to the stat.
The problem is the consistency, and and again, like people only hear the quarterback's name, which is the problem. It's become such a narrative-driven fan base where like everything is so emotional. It's I took a side on this, I took a side on this. Like an offense again is an organism. The quarterback matters. And the quarterbacks exist on a scale of being guys that you can win in spite of, win because of, win with. And I think, Jalen Hurts exists somewhere between you can win because of and you can win with. He's not a win in spite of guy, but the way he's playing right now is winning in spite of. And that's perfectly
And one of the
fair
big
to point
issues.
out. That's perfectly fair to point out. And Kevin Patullo is getting plenty of fucking heat, dude. Okay, so let's not act like we're not giving the coordinator the heat. I've seen videos on Instagram where they're playing Farsi music and they're interspersing video of Saddam Hussein over Kevin Patullo, dude. So it's like, don't worry, he's getting his and he should. But the point I'm making about chicken or the egg is like, I don't know what Jalen's unwilling to do. Jalen likes playing conservatively, and that's been very good in some situations when your offense is running the ball for 200 yards a game. And yes, you can say, hey, they take shots outside the numbers. Well, I fucking would too. They got two of the best receivers in the league, and Jalen's a fantastic deep ball thrower outside the numbers. I want to see the other stuff. And I'm not the only one who thinks this way. And I'm also going to mention the offensive line. You notice we're mentioning everybody, but there aren't Stoutland fucking stands in the chat going, well, you don't talk about Jeff Stoutland like that. It's a results-based business. And the offense has not performed well, and everybody has a hand in it, including the QB. And if you don't think that, WIP. But WIP's on it, too. Mm-hmm. So,
This is random. There's a Stoutland Pokemon.
Is there really?
Yeah. Stoutland.
But here's the point. We talk a lot about the Eagles. The reason we talk about the Eagles after a loss like this is we set the standard. When you come out of a season where you win the Super Bowl, we dealt with the same thing to a lesser degree because we weren't as good a team. We started 4-6, and people wanted to kill us. And I didn't blame them because we set that standard, dude. So they just got to play up to their standard. They're still a good football team. They're still a team that teams probably rather not play from a personnel standpoint, but they don't scare people like they did last year, and that's just the reality. So what can you do to fix it? It would start with running the ball. It would start with when there's a hot, you hit it versus the blitz. It's a team game. So, yeah, when Nate's like, hey, you're not going to talk about the Eagles, I'm like, hey, the problem is if we start the show talking about the Eagles, I'm going to go for 25 minutes, and every other fan base is going to leave the chat, dude, because I get fucking worked up about it because I think they can be a lot better. I do,
It's okay.
They can be. Chris, one thing that I want to mention too, you talked about how
He doesn't even know what to say.
Jalen's
He's
conservative.
It's okay. What is that? Stand on business, bro.
I am. I just think it's funny, and I love how passionate you get talking about the Eagles.
Oh.
It's just obviously you want them to do well, and just watching the game like that. Like I was watching this game, and I was at my girl's house for Thanksgiving, and I was just like, Chris's head is probably about to explode watching this game. It just thinking
No,
about,
because I really have divorced myself emotionally. It's easy to get caught up in the emotion when you know your team's going to the Super Bowl.
But also too, for me, it's
But when your
that
team's
you're
not-
realist. You're
Yeah,
realist.
yeah.
And you understand and you watch football, but it's really that like coming in here and knowing like the fans and how emotional fans get about certain stuff. I know how much is going to get you worked up.
Well, that's
I know it.
moment. That's the moment that people need to hear, which is that like this is me breaking the fourth wall or one of the walls, where as the content creator, like I cover every team.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room is me and Beau played for the Eagles. So, like, we're going to talk about the Eagles. And we have a lot of people who are Philly fans to the point where people call us homers.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the way I analyze the Eagles games, I'm not a homer. No. To me, the harder thing this year has been not telling what I think is the truth.
Yeah. Which
at times would be construed as hate or construed as negativity or like whatever. And I think what's also awkward for me is I was only there 2 years. And so, like, I don't want to wear out my welcome.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Just as a former player where it's like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? Hugh Douglas, who was here his whole career or something like that? Who is he talking about the Eagles every week like that? He can't take a shot at the quarterback. He can't take a shot at the offense. I don't want to be that guy. I want to break it down fair. But
I think you do a great job.
I want to break it down fair on the guys.
You do a great job at it. But
yeah.
It is fun when the Eagles lose. I don't know.
It's fun for the whole country, and that's the reality of having the target on your back and winning the Super Bowl is motherfuckers are going to hate you.
That's true because it's fun watching the Kansas City Chiefs lose too. Like it's
the Chiefs.
It's the Chiefs. The Chiefs and the Eagles and the Cowboys are probably the
one thing they have. Dude, the Eagles have to win this game Monday night.
Yep.
If the Eagles don't win this game Monday night, it starts looking like it's already starting to look like 23.
Mm-hmm. 23
in a different form, which calls into question a lot of other stuff.
I texted during the game. I was like, when the Bears run game was rolling like it was, it felt to me like Eagles fans will remember at the end of 23 when Arizona came to
the Cardinals.
Oh my god!
And it did feel that way.
300 yards.
But even in that game, they weren't in 4 minutes because when I went back to look at that stat, the last time was 2 years ago. It's just an unprecedented takeover in this era of Eagles football for a team to come in and out physical them like that and be kneeling on the ball at the end of the game like that.
Right.
The other thing I want to bring up, and then we're gonna move on, is, and I said this in my live stream last night, and this is the way I feel about the quarterback thing. Just so nobody misunderstands me. The frustration I have with doing this job sometimes when analyzing quarterbacks is this. They were fantastic last year, and on the biggest stage, Jalen was fucking nails, which is why I love him and why I call him a winner. If I was in Philly and somebody stopped me in the street in September, it was like, gun to your head, who's the top 5 quarterbacks in the league? And I said, well, the usual suspects, man. Like, just to be fair, to aggregate all these years together, I'd probably put Mahomes up there. I'd put Josh Allen up there. I'd put Burrow. I'd put Lamar. I'd put Stafford. And I'd say there's some guys knocking at the door. There's some guys and I'd be dead before I could finish my sentence because somebody would have shot me in the head. And I'm obviously exaggerating here. There's some people who are kind of dense and they're going to be like, what's he talking about, gun violence? What I'm talking about is just how emotional we get in analyzing the game when it comes to our favorite team.
Vitriol is the
It is okay that Jalen's not one of the best 4 quarterbacks in the league.
Right.
The point is you have to build responsibly around most quarterbacks in the league. There are your anomalies like Baker Mayfield who are not elite but somehow find a way with a different fucking guy every year, and that's controlling for all hires being similar, right? He's had some good offensive coordinators. You have to build correctly around this kind of quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
But you can't just roll the fucking ball out there with another homegrown coordinator who strikes out and expect him to be great.
Right.
So I don't know what you do in this situation. And now I'm throwing shit because I'm pissed off.
I think just to add to that, you talked about earlier, the win because of versus win with versus win in spite of. I think every quarterback, to some extent, is a system quarterback. Every quarterback has the system that their skill set is perfectly fit for. And I think as you slide down that scale from win because of to win with, win in spite of, that system fit becomes more important.
Yes.
Like those elite top 5 guys, they kind of transcend scheme to a certain extent. You can plug them in a lot of
wherever
around the league. But as you move down, that system fit becomes more important. And I think that's kind of what we're
obviously, and just back to my buddy DD, he said, here's the problem, Chris Long. I love it when people call me by my full name. You can tell they're totally reasonable people. You said Tampa Bay is going to be great when they get their injured players back. Eagles have money injuries, more injuries, I assume you mean. You have no slack for them getting their players back. If you think the Bucs and the Eagles have the same amount of injuries this year, again, show yourself the door, bro. I don't know what to tell you. And also no one said the Bucs are going to win the Super Bowl. Again, they're 2 different standards for 2 different teams. If you want Bucs standards, go ahead. If you want Bucs standards, they lost in the fucking wild card game last year. Eagles won the Super Bowl.
It was just such an awful game Thursday. I don't know how this guy's going to bat for this.
I'm like, what are we doing, bro? At times, they're not gonna, dude. They were never gonna be friends with you.
Right.
You don't have, and that's sometimes the problem with the media is like we don't tell the truth sometimes because we're worried that it'll get back to somebody and somebody you respect might not like you. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. They're just not playing well.
Right.
Just not playing well. And fuck, dude, I'm going to be in Philly for a charity event this Tuesday evening, tomorrow night. And like, I don't want to run into a guy and be shitting on the team. Like, but I just got to be honest. And they know that. They got a championship DNA. They're not happy with what's going on. So any more things? Oh, I got to shout out the Packers, man. That was impressive as fuck. I thought Matt LaFleur called a great game. I thought Jordan played a great game. I thought they showed why when they're at their best. What you just accused me of saying about the Bucs, I truly feel about the Packers. When they get Jaden Reed back, they're as good as any team. Like you talk about threats to the Rams and the Seahawks, that they're looking like it.
Yep.
And Wicks had a huge game, bro.
Big time.
That catch at the end.
Oh, with one shoe.
Incredible. One shift.
So we don't have to go forever on that thing. And again, I don't think the Lions are like cooked or anything. I just think they've rejoined the pack a little bit.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
And they have the Packers 91% chance to make the playoffs. Bears are at 77. The Lions down to 30%. They're at 7-5. Bears at 9-3. Packers 8-3-1. Our last Thanksgiving question: who are you more confident in winning out between the Chiefs or the Bengals? And I'm gonna preface this with a recent quote from Andy Reid. This is from today's press bowl.
Play that.
He said, "We're gonna try to tickle your tonsils on every play, every game. That's the attitude we're coming in with."
Golly.
He's taking a little page out of Dan Campbell's playbook.
That's crazy. Is that like a deep throating quote or something?
I don't think he means he's going to deep throat.
Well, I mean, what does that mean?
Well, I don't think it means
someone's tonsils.
Dude, the guy, he has
you're gonna punch him in the throat, maybe. I don't know.
He has a Civil War mustache, dude. He's not with it, dude. Like the things he says are, I don't know.
Throwbacks.
Yeah, it's a throwback saying, dude. I don't know what it means. Some things old people say, you just got to be like, yeah, I loosely understand.
What did
Jerry say about the glory hole?
You know, not all of this is going to be sunshine and glory holes. Close to 0%.
I can answer this question if we want, boys. If we want to talk about glory holes and deep throw, and I can do that too.
Wow.
Who am I more confident with winning out, KC or Cincinnati? I want to say KC just because they've been there before, and I feel like their back's against the wall. And I can't really remember the last time it's felt like it was do or die for the Chiefs. But I took a look at their schedule. Upcoming, they have the Texans, who are proven to be pretty good, especially defensively. The Chargers, Titans, the Broncos, and the Raiders. And so I'm going to say the Bengals, actually. I have more confidence in them winning out because, like, they have some elite playmakers on offense. It seems like their defense has been playing a little bit better with the hope that someone like Joey B can provide. I'm more confident in them winning out. They got the Bills. I love the Bengals, how they match up offensively against the Bills defense. And then the Ravens, who are, honestly, I don't think very good right now. Dolphins, Cardinals, and Browns. So I actually truly have more confidence in the Bengals winning out, which is wild for me to say.
Yeah, I showed these guys 2 schedules last night, blind schedule comparisons, and, to a man, they were like, yeah, I'd take the first one. That was the Bengals schedule down the stretch. If they win this weekend, and that's not the biggest if in the world because they're playing Buffalo, okay? Like, if they win this weekend, it's going to get kind of interesting because it is possible. It is possible for them to win out. And from what I see, if you put the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Steelers in a round robin, who you think would win right now? It's kind of silly, dude. And the hole's huge, but, I mean, there is a chance. We're giving these other teams chances. I just think the Chiefs, man, the Chiefs they can't win a 35-38 game right now, it just feels like. And that feels like what the Bengals major in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you trust that defense in Cincinnati to be more like what they did in Baltimore? Like, are they going to play that way?
Well, no, I trust them. I don't know if I trust them.
Yeah.
I love our guy Al Golden, and I want him to succeed. But there's a lot of young guys on that group, which also means though that like guys could take little jumps. Like you hear about the rookie wall, but the thing they don't talk about enough is like guys that like have epiphanies like late in the season where it's just like, okay, I'm starting to get the game. And, maybe there's a guy or two like that. They've had really good safety play. They've been doing this without any pass rushers. Al's finally dialing up the blitz a little bit more. But the biggest thing is you get Joe Burrow back. The thing I noticed about their offense is, hey, they've been scoring a lot of fucking points, but he can move. And that's coming off turf toe. Like, just think about some of the conversions that they have where he scrambles and it gets them the back-breaking penalty. Or he can just pick something up. I used to talk about his mobility, kind of like a sped-up Tom Brady in the pocket. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean from like an accomplishment standpoint. I mean like a mobility standpoint and an awareness for the pocket. That really helps. And as the year has gone on, they've got more out of the run game. So they're dangerous 1 week at a time, but they've really got to string it together. Neither of these two teams I'm terribly confident in, but I would be more confident in the Bengals.
Yeah. And it'd be pretty fun. Last year they went on that run at the end of the season. They barely missed out on the playoffs. We had that disappointing shot of Joe Burrow week 18 watching the Broncos game, I think, or whatever game, hoping that they would lose to get knocked out.
I think he's 8 or 9-0 since a certain point last year.
Week 14. Or
yeah,
week 16,
and so
12.
So you want to know, can they win a bunch in a row? Like, they can if he's quarterback.
Yeah, they're literally currently.
I wasn't smoking crack rock when I picked them to win the division. I really believed that their offense could be good enough to overcome how bad their defense is. Because look at the other fucking teams in the division, dude.
Crack is still in?
Allegedly.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah, it does depend, I think.
2 teams on the grill, 1 team's getting off.
So, anyways, we promised you we'd give you a heavy dose of Thanksgiving. Let's get to the end of the show. Ring. The Zone Locals Landline. You're going to hear from Zone right now. Warning, this product contains nicotine, nicotine is an addictive chemical, underage sale prohibited. Please, if you are under 21, just don't, dude. Just do all the other cool shit that you can do when you're a young person. Go outside. Play.
Say 6'7".
A wild deal. Yeah. Wait, if you're like 16, wait another 6 or 7 years, kids. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all know I'm a bit more selective of my nicotine pouches these days. I actually quit dip because this was helping me quit chewing tobacco, which I've done for a long time, bad habit. And for me, the quality of the pouch is what I prioritize. I only need one a day. I do Zone Wintergreen. It helps me get going when I'm watching a bunch of tape or if we're out on the river, Cowboy, enjoying some of the scenic James River. It might be a good time to throw a pillow in. But Zone gets me locked in with its smooth feel and variety of flavors. Zone is always on our game day roster. Whether you like fresh mint flavor, you're into citrus flavor, check out their roster of options. Use promo code GL20 at nicokick.com/zone for 20% off at checkout. I can't drink coffee. I don't know what I'd do without the pillows sometimes. All right.
First call, we got a Steelers fan. Ring.
Chris, I'm really fucking sad right now, dude. I turned this fucking Steelers game off in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and right now I'm just laying in my bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to some really, really, really sad country music right now. Mm-hmm. Shout out Stephen Wilson Jr., Son of a Dad, tremendous album. Man, this is as conflicted as I've ever been on Mr. Mike Tomlin being the head coach of my favorite football team. But goddamn, brother, I just fucking can't do it anymore. Like, I don't know how I'm going to wake up on Monday. I have to go to fucking work. Fuck that. I just hope they get the quarterback right, even if they keep Tomlin. I'm just... Fuck, dude. I'm really fucking sad, man. This shit fucking blows. By the way, my name is Joel Martinez. I'm from Yuma, Arizona. Goodbye.
It's interesting that he's as sad as he is, and the team is tied for first in the division.
Well,
record-wise.
because he knows ball.
Yeah.
He knows what's.
He's watching tape.
Seeing what's coming. He's seeing what's coming.
Is there any hope for
I hope
Joe?
that guy's doing okay.
We just talked about how the Bengals, we want the Bengals to run the table. Is there any hope for Joe?
I hope. For Joe Burrow.
No, for our friend.
Oh, for Joe and
Steelers.
no.
Steelers
There's
are
less hope for Joe and Yuma.
Arizona.
He's in Yuma.
I don't know if he was in Yuma.
What did he say?
Arizona.
Don't play the whole thing again.
Yeah.
They booed Renegade yesterday at the
I'm
stadium.
from Yuma, Arizona.
Yuma.
Yeah. You know that movie 310 to Yuma?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah. It's crazy out there. Stay safe, man. You got people running around shooting people outside the saloon. Be safe out there in Yuma. All right. Next one.
Next.
What's up, guys? Love the show. Congrats, Dr. Facts, on your Jags, I guess.
I guess he said.
Good luck in the playoffs. That's all I say. Just want a real question from you, DBs and things, but where the hell are the Vikings going? Kevin O'Connell's supposed to be this QB awesome guy, the whisperer, they say. Well, he needs to learn to adapt and play call according to his talent. He can't do that. I know you guys got questions being Eagles fans and all, but yeah, how does KOC fix it? Where are the Vikings at? Honest questions. That's all I gotta say. I want to say go Birds just for you guys, but that's not true. Somehow I'm happy the Bears beat you, and they're in my division, and they've been eating shit for the last 40 years. So
What was the question?
whatever. How are the Vikings doing?
How do the Vikings
Thanks, guys.
fix their situation, their offense, their
They don't.
They can't
They're not going to fix
until
the
the offseason.
situation. There's nobody in the building.
the 2026 NFL draft?
Yeah, and I don't know college football, so is it? Not a great draft.
2027 is the draft
2027
year
is the
for a
one.
quarterback. They could, if Mac Jones, we've talked about Mac Jones.
Mac Jones or Aaron Rodgers. There's your best best.
Kyler?
Funny thinking about this.
Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby
remember-
Brissett is the Band-Aid. He's the flex seal for anybody.
Hey, this is the Vikings. We're calling the Cardinals. Can we get a quarterback? Oh, yeah, we'll send you Kyler. No, the other one.
Yeah.
It's so funny thinking about even talking about college quarterbacks. You remember Tank for Tua?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember well.
They really tanked for Tua.
Bro, but it's hard. It's hard to figure it out, man. Like
Yeah.
There's no
if
way
it was
in hell.
easy.
There's no way, but it's just like when you start something like Tank for Tua, it's like, oh, we know.
But it wasn't. At
Now
least
they're
they didn't
tanking with him.
tank for Josh Rosen or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like Tua had some really productive years. Like you almost were able to build the offense up around him, but nobody could have kept that setup going. I don't know. It was the question. Can you fix the Vikings? I don't know, man. You should be used to it by now, and I don't mean that to be mean. I'm just saying, like, you guys are used to the heartbreak, man, the heartache.
We got one more call. Ring, ring.
Ring, ring. Did the drunk guy at Dirty Nelly's leave a message? He forgot, probably.
Yeah, he said he was going to.
Yeah. Was that me that said that? No, not you.
Have a good. Hey guys, this is Greg calling from right here in Charlottesville. I have a bit of a marital dilemma for you guys. So I am a Chicago Bears fan. My wife Steph is a diehard Eagles fan, and we just got done watching the game, and we had a little bit riding on this particular game. So we have 3 dogs. One dog, our pit bull, has an Eagles jersey. Our hound dog, Indiana, has a Bears jersey. He looks just as sad as I do when I put it on. But we got a third dog, and we weren't sure what fandom our German Shepherd was going to have. And so going into the season, we bet when this head-to-head matchup happened that whoever won the game, that was the jersey we were going to get for our dog. My wife is kind of trying to welch on the bet here, even trying as much as saying she'll buy me a bottle of Malort in order to to not have to subject Freya to, the embarrassment of being a Bears fan, which I get, but a bet's a bet. So just wanted to see what you guys thought of the situation, how you'd handle it, and any advice would be very welcome. But otherwise, bear down, baby.
Listen, man.
That's a bet. Lace that dog up with a Caleb Williams jersey. Right?
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
Get him a
Amen.
Luther Burden, man.
That's a bet.
Honestly, I mean, like, and if you start, here's the thing. There's a lot of guys in relationships that say, like, you got to play the game. You got to pick your battles. You got to. Fuck that, dude. Do what's fair. Whatever happened to what's fair. And if your wife makes a bet with you, she's got to pay up.
Well,
because you would too.
How about we think about the dog here? Put that dog in a Pats jersey. That quarterback's really good.
Yeah, no, exactly. You might want to like give that dog like the fandom that it deserves.
Yeah, telescope out 10 years.
And by the way, can that dog do any tricks? Because my brother had a German Shepherd could run up the side of a tree. Like, it wasn't a dog that I like felt great vibes about, like hanging around. Shout out to Bear. It wasn't like, I was like, but boy, could it do some fucking cool tricks. And I'm sure yours can too. No, I know. I thought about that too.
Maybe it just needs to be an NFL dog, like Rob Lowe. We just get him the hat and the NFL logo.
Yeah.
Just give him
give him the Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
But whatever you do, don't cave, man. Because if you cave on this thing, then you're gonna it sets a precedent that you cave on everything.
You're gonna have an Eagles flag outside your house.
Yeah.
You want that?
Which would be okay. I like seeing them around here. But like, thanks for listening. Okay.
And then we're heading into the BetMGM moments, but before
I love it.
Before that, what's a word from BetMGM?
Oh, word from BetMGM. Well, it's hard to say because I don't see the.
It's the same one as the first one.
Oh, it's the same one as the first one. It's the same one as the first one. As the football season rolls on, BetMGM continues to have you covered. It's giving you another chance at first touchdown scores. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back in cash if your first touchdown scorer ends up scoring second instead. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you cash your bet. If your player scores second, you still get your stake back in cash. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code GREENLIGHT to enjoy up to a $1,500 new player offer on your first wager. BetMGM, make it legendary. We'll get to the mentions.
What do we got? Best flight.
Easy. The Jags. The Jags leaving Tennessee.
That's a winner.
First place. Quick flight from Nashville, wherever they are.
Yeah.
Back to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Get back home. Jacksonville is nice out right now still. So that's the best flight. But just being in first place, don't know how long it'll last, but just being
at least the flight home.
At least the flight home.
Yeah.
And we kind of control our own destiny now, sitting at first place, so it feels good. Best flight.
Beau, best flight.
Oh, best flight, Chicago Bears, Black Friday. I think it was like a 3 p.m. game or something like that. Get a little bit of a long holiday weekend, going back to Chicago, not too long. Also, you are, in tops of the NFC North. You watch the Packers beat the Lions, on Thanksgiving, flying back to Chicago, a couple days off, maybe a victory Monday. Ben Johnson takes his shirt off, maybe he left it off on the flight. That'd be kind of fun. Best flight, Bears. Bear down.
Bear down. Who's up next?
Nolan?
No.
I'm going with the Packers. Complete the sweep of the Lions in their own house. Play really good football on both sides. Obviously, you're going to get Jaden Reed back soon. They're kind of hitting a good inflection point here. Sunday's going to be an absolute war against the Bears. It's going to be an awesome game.
I'm going to give mine to the Navy midshipmen football team. When they're not preparing to serve our country, they're playing football in their free time. And on Thursday, on Thanksgiving, they beat Memphis. They usually take boats, but in this situation, they put them on a plane to get them home for a Thanksgiving meal. I think that's got to be a pretty good plane ride, right? I'm not usually in a plane. I'm in the Navy. And we're going to go home and eat some what did you head whip around like that?
They take boats to the game?
Mostly.
Is that serious?
Yep.
Interesting. I have nothing.
It takes forever. They gotta take the Mississippi.
You gotta hope the
They gotta go down to the
take the
Panama.
Mississippi.
They gotta go down to the Panama Canal for the
Man,
West Coast
hopefully it's a
games. They gotta
port
go through the
city.
Panama Canal.
Dude, honestly,
They've
when
played
they
more
did,
games
when they
this
played, who was it? Like UW, they had to do the Magellan route. They left like 3 months before the game. So
That's what the equipment trucks do, right?
yeah,
When they got to go to games across country, they
yeah.
leave a month early, right?
I love our armed forces. I love them all.
Evidently not a lot.
But
That's crazy, bro.
that Bears flight, I want to be on that Bears flight. Give me that Bears flight.
Man.
I
The
could.
shirtless
Oh,
head
yeah,
coach,
well.
you weirdo.
No. I was about to say I'm good. You know, I'd love for Ben to keep his shirt on,
Oh,
but
okay.
you know, for the flight. But other than
Hexet's
that-
gonna hit you with a javelin missile.
Yeah.
He is. That's very fucked up. You didn't give it to the military, dude.
Kill them all.
You didn't give it to the
The
military.
game ball. They can have the game ball. Recycle them for the game
Mhm.
ball. Worst flight.
Worst flight.
I'll start it. Fuck it. I can start it. We saw that caller calling about the Minnesota Vikings. Not a lot of hope there. Worst flight. You get shut out in Seattle, all the way on the West Coast. You got to fly back to Minnesota from Seattle. Pretty hopeless. So hopeless, in fact, that one of your, top offensive players over the last 10 years or whatever, Adam Thielen, asked to be released. Kind of an interesting scenario there. Can't imagine that was a good flight. Specifically for Adam Thielen, who is a healthy scratch. Your offense doesn't score any points, and you're just considering your entire career. He said that he wanted to try to go somewhere else that's a contender. That's how bad it was in Seattle for the Vikes. So bad flight, long flight, tough flight.
I got people in the comments saying, fun fact, the Navy has a ton of planes.
I think the Navy is like the second biggest Air Force in
We know.
in the world. Or something like that. Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
Hey, struck gold, bro.
Yeah.
Get on the boat.
Get on the boat, bro.
All right.
Get on the boat. That's great.
Worst flight, gotta be the Chiefs. Ooh, Chiefs. Must win on
Chiefs.
Thanksgiving. They dropped that one. Now you're staring down the barrel of a potential January vacation.
Mykonos.
Going to Mykonos. They gotta win out the rest of the way.
Nate, worst flight.
Chiefs.
That was gonna be my worst flight. I'm gonna
I know, so I had to
piggyback.
jump you.
Yeah, you jumped it. You jumped it. Because the
Jump the
Chiefs-
route.
Because you got to think about it as a player right now. Like, people aren't thinking about this, but all their significant others are like, yes, they're not going to make the playoffs. We get to leave for a vacation early this year,
Yeah.
guys. Like, that's
I don't think any significant other is thinking that. I'm just
You
going to
don't
say
think
it.
so?
There's no
Absolutely-
chance.
What do you think the
absolutely-
split on
absolutely
that
They are.
in there?
Absolutely, they are.
Look, he's mad. He's
Because they're
mad.
thinking about it the other way, knowing
That's okay.
usually when the team is going to make the playoffs, like, damn. I got to go to this game. We got to travel to this game. Now you don't got to do that when your team's not in the playoffs. All you guys have to do is worry about that beautiful wedding everyone's going to get to go to in the
But you don't think they like going to the games?
over having your choice of going wherever you want.
I know, but like at the games, you can wear bedazzled.
You can go wherever you want after the
With your
playoffs are
husband's
over and
number
you win
on
the
it.
Super Bowl and you get that extra playoff money and you get those playoff checks and then you celebrate and go crazy.
But we all
No
know the
chance.
people,
No,
those
no.
extra playoff checks is what, $10,000 for certain guys.
I know, but that could be like a
Free vacation.
a Birkin bag.
Blow it on vacation. Come on, man.
That's what people.
No
buy
one's
their
wife
cig
is
others
being
these
like,
days.
"Oh, we're not making the playoffs." Hell yeah.
Not
No
enough for a
chance.
Birkin that
It's
those
not?
girls want. Hell no.
Really,
Yeah, like
bro? What are
way.
What are these dudes doing out here, bro?
Yeah, they don't want the $10,000 Birkin. Not gonna get you no skins.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, crazy world.
Worst flight.
Yeah, I will go Wyoming. They played Hawaii at 8 p.m. Hawaii time. I don't know if it's Hawaii time or what time it was, but it was like one of those fucking 11 o'clock games. Basically, like your chase-a-thon games on a Saturday night. That's a 3,000-mile flight. That's like a 3,000-plus mile flight in the middle of the night. You had to go to Hawaii. And here's the worst part about being on that flight is you have to leave Hawaii.
Well, yeah,
to go back to Laramie,
that's
Wyoming.
why it's the worst flight.
There's a low of 8 degrees today. It's sunny and 8 degrees in Laramie, Wyoming. You leave Honolulu, Hawaii. A lot of those guys, seriously, when we went to play Wyoming, senior year and got our asses kicked. We were getting our asses kicked by a bunch of ranchers, bro. Some of the homies had not been off the ranch. You know, Laramie was like the furthest they'd been. So you take somebody who's never seen a beach and take them to Hawaii, they get thumped and they're like, sorry, you can't stay. I would transfer on the spot, dude. I would start a fucking Black Angus farm in Honolulu, Hawaii, bro. I wouldn't go back to the ranch.
That game kicked off at 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 6 p.m. Hawaii time. That is 100% the worst flight. You have to leave.
That's a brutal flight, dude.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Guys are still tired today.
Bevel Conway.
The most beautiful scene, Bevel Conway. Got to give it to the Chicago Bears running backs. 2 running backs rushing over 100 yards on Thanksgiving against the Eagles. I mean, what's better?
The game was on Black Friday.
What's Black Friday, Thanksgiving, while everyone was
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing now.
What is that?
It really is a good strategy.
What is that?
You're trying to be the Eagles like Stephen A. Smith is to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You're trying to be that to the Eagles. On this show.
No, I just feel like...
Oh, my God. I just hit it.
I just feel like you guys take any chance you can to
you need a prop like Stephen A,
to-
dude. You need
to
a prop.
jump
Is
on
all
the
I'm saying. I'm just trying to
Jaguars.
strengthen your like your shtick. You need a prop.
Nah, but I fuck with AJ Brown.
Like-
AJ Brown, 35 points, fantasy, baby.
You like him because he
Let's go.
You're an agent of chaos.
He's an agent of
That's what
chaos.
you
He's laughing it off because we said it.
Oh,
I figured it
man.
out.
Oh, man. That's
He's
just,
studying Stephen A. Smith tape at home.
I mean, we love...
Marshall cut-ups.
You love watching Russ.
Mark Kelly, what are you doing? The audacity!
Oh, my God. Oh, man. Eagles.
Okay.
All right, my bevel, Chargers navy blues. Though they're beautiful uniforms, being a darker color has that kind of slimming effect that the black uniforms do as well. Boys looked great out there.
Boy, did they.
Boy, did that.
Oh, well, I got you.
Give you a
Think
laugh
that's
there,
bad? I got
guys.
a worse one.
What's that?
Bevel Conway, Ben Johnson getting shirtless, showing everybody
Hell
he gets
yeah.
the treadmill and does P90X, saying, hey, not only am I going to take my shirt off, I'm in shape, relatively speaking, for somebody his age, and I'm going to do something that's going to make Chicago love me. Dude,
Liam
Chicago,
Cohen would never take his shirt off in the locker room. The owner would tell him he had to lose weight.
Dude, look at him.
You know?
You look at him. Look at him. He did like extra push-ups before. Look at him. He's hyped. But the players are hyped too, and Chicago fans are hyped, and that's why it's a Bevel Conway. This is the kind of post-game locker room scene that's either going to become a meme or it's going to be the beginning of something great in Chicago. And I kind of lean a little bit more towards the beginning of something great. I do. If you said, Chris, what's it going to be? Is this going to be a meme in a year, or are we going to be like, oh, fuck, dude, we got something special. Coach is taking his shirt off. Dudes are hyped. You know?
I'll tell you this.
Painting
You
the
can
finger
bet
now?
your ass if the Packers win this week, LaFleur is shirtless in the locker room.
Oh, for sure.
No
For
doubt
sure.
about
That
it.
would be incredible.
That would be hilarious.
That would be incredible.
He'll do it on the field for the post-game interview. That's how he'll one-up him.
That would
Dude,
be-
but Bears
Lambeau.
fans are like in, dude. They're all in. They're all in. And you know what? I will say this. Ben Johnson's personality has come out doing this job. Where like last year you saw him as almost this like he's central casting. I don't want to say it, but like he's the guy who's supposed to not have any emotion. Like, and then he comes to Chicago, and as the team starts to have some success, you can kind of see his kind of fingerprint on the personality aspect of it. It's fun to watch, man. I gotta stall for a second on anti-bevel. You guys can.
Well, I
got a bevel
Beau's
still.
bevel.
Oh, you got a bevel. My bad, bro.
Yeah, I got a little bevel anti-bevel combo here, so I can start it. Anyway, my Bevel Conway is rivalry week. It was an axe game, so the Minnesota Golden Gophers were playing the Wisconsin Badgers, a game I went to, and it was a snow game. So it's just kind of fun. You know, this is a big rivalry. It was a big one for me. I went 4-0 against the Golden Gophers. Here's a photo I sent to Cowboy, but it was snowy. It was like 15 degrees. It was cold. Felt like a Big Ten game, a classic matchup between these two teams. it's kind of fun to be there in person. First time I was at that stadium since I played there, so I enjoyed that. And now let me get into my anti-Bevel Conway, which is the fact that the Gophers came away with Paul Bunyan's axe. I'm incredibly butthurt about it. There was a stretch where Wisconsin Badger football dominated the Gophers, and I long for that time. That was a good time. Like I said, I was 4-0 against the Gophers. Take a lot of pride in that. Did not like to see them chop down the goalpost with the axe. And also the fans rushed the field after the game, which I thought was just really stupid. Like, we're not a good football team. I'm just kind of butthurt about the whole thing. So that's my anti-Bevel as well.
PJ Fleck still coaches there?
Oh yeah, row the boat.
Damn, they rode their boat on you. That's got to be.
They sure did.
Pretty embarrassing.
Must
Must be hard to watch a team lose to their rival.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that a lot these days.
I'll give you an anti-Bevel. Mine was that specialist graphic the Vikings put out yesterday. I mean, it stopped in mid-Twitter scroll. I was like, who are these guys? But then I sent it in the group chat, and I was like, this is the canary in the coal mine for what's about to happen for this offense. They're sending this out, saying these are our stars today. These are the guys we need to ball out.
Yeah.
Brutal. That was bad vibes to see that Sunday morning.
That is awful. Yo, Justin Jefferson woke up and checked his Twitter and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not getting the ball at all today, dude.
Yeah, and he didn't. He had like 2 catches for like 15 yards or something like that.
Didn't get a catch until the third quarter.
You know what's funny? That's going to be my anti-Bevel Conway is Justin Jefferson's stat line. Because it should never be like that.
No, it shouldn't.
And they got to find a quarterback to do something or hand him the ball off. Or I don't even know what you can do at this point. But to have one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in the league on your team, and he's having stat lines like this, that's an anti-Bevel Conway. Because just like you said, in the age we live in, these young kids are going to start saying Justin Jefferson is trash.
I know. These little kids that just play fantasy. I had to, explain to my kids the first time, when they were talking about, Jamar Chase or something, I was like, bro, you realize the reason he's not catching the ball.
Yeah.
It's because the guy 3 quarterbacks ago there, Browning. My son walked in while we were watching the Vikings game, and he was like, what did he call
Boozmer?
Boozmer. He goes, I'm so over Boozmer. I was like, yeah, Boozmer, man.
Me too.
So is Justin Jefferson.
He's like, how do you say it? We're like, we're going with that now.
Yeah.
It's
Boozmer. Boobsmer.
Chris anti-Bevel.
Ooh, anti-Bevel Conway. I guess I'll go with Aaron Rodgers' face.
That's beautiful.
But I don't mean he's just like a hideous person. I just mean man, that's a bad deal, bro. These new memes keep dropping.
It's a great.
Aaron Rodgers memes are legendary, bro. Where you had the one where he was young, but he was in pain in Green Bay, he was like.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
It looks like he looks like an Aliens. You know the movie Alien,
Yeah.
a Sigourney Weaver situation is going on.
Let me ask you something. If you came home from a game like this, what do you assume the first thing your wife would say to you?
What does your non-existent wife say to you after a game like this?
And I did ask. She was probably concerned with him when it happened. You see your husband with blood streaming out his nose. Is that what?
Are you?
What would my wife say? My wife would be like, yeah, "Thanks for being a fucking warrior, man." Is what she would say. Thanks for taking care of business for the family.
Oh man, that nose.
Bevel Conway was Ben Johnson. Anti-Bevel, Justin Jefferson's stat line. That's
gross. Yeah,
that's a nasty thing. Wow. Best seat.
Yo, Nolan just looked at Nate through his left ear, dude.
Crazy. I'm looking at Reed through my right ear.
No, I know. That's Reed's stick.
Specialist.
He's just.
You know why? Because
spread the ball around.
Because
we might need to have the fans vote on these.
Wait, because Nolan's not slick. He be really trying to have some good moments.
I know.
To try to sweep him.
Yeah. Hey,
not today.
We got to put the poll up in the chat. I like that idea. That's good.
Reed's like, "Fuck you, man."
He's like, "Yeah, fuck you.
Give me the power."
I could start us out for best seat if we're ready
Do it.
for it.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
My best seat best seed is one-handed catches in the NFL over the weekend. There were some fucking sweet ones, man. Obviously last night with Burks, the Washington. It's a good time to be one-handed in the NFL. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying. All right. How about that? We had a sick catch from Puka. One-handed. Brock Bowers had a great one-handed catch.
That's a good seed.
Traylon Burks.
It must feel good.
You mentioned him.
Traylon Burks.
Are those guys sitting?
Look, it must feel good for Odell.
No, it's
Maybe
the
best
hand.
seat is
Catching the
Odell.
ball.
The best
It's
seat,
just
the
the
best
hand.
seat should have been Odell because of all the one-handed
Yeah.
catches. And anytime there's a one-handed catch,
Because he gets
they
to be
have
on
to
TV.
say- they have to
He gets
say,
to be on TV.
It's good for his
No, that's
brand.
good. You guys should workshop together. You guys are like,
Nah,
Me and
I got the
Nate.
best
Yeah,
seat.
we should definitely workshop together.
Fax and the King.
yeah, shout out to Fax and the King.
Exactly.
Bring it
Best
back.
seat, Fax the King.
Yeah.
Oh man, my best seat is going to Mariah Carey because it is December 1st, and guess what, guys? For the next 25 days, we will be hearing All I
Oh, yeah,
Want
that's
for
true.
Christmas, which she makes $2.1 million
Damn, dude.
off
Damn.
of royalties every single year off of this one song. So best seat is going to Mariah Carey.
Damn,
When
that's
it hits
sick,
December,
bro.
When it hits December, you just got to know, like, just seeing that royalty money tracker, whatever it is, just seeing that song just get played. Every department store you're in, it's playing. And she kind of controls the month of December when we think about music and holiday music.
She really does.
This is on the playlist, or it's like it can't not be on the playlist somewhere.
It's a little too high energy for me. It's a little like something that you would hear on a commercial.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been commercialized heavily.
Heavily.
It's
I
kind of like
distinctly remember being young and having to go to Macy's with my mom.
it's like a shopping
hearing
dog
that
whistle,
song.
dude.
Yeah, and you hear that song at least 3 or 4 times, and you don't realize it that it's, hey, is this song like playing on repeat?
Man, that's
But,
awesome.
yeah, best seat, Mariah Carey.
Yeah, it got me in the mood there.
Chris, best seat.
Best seat, your boy right here. This is my Saturday night. We had an outdoor viewing experience for the Hokies and the Wahoos, and I posted this the other day on IG, and I said I didn't feel real 0-4, which I was against Virginia Tech, but I didn't feel real 0-4 sitting by the fire with a Hokie bird in the fryer. You can see if you enhance a little bit. That's the unlucky bird there. That was when it was 7-0 in the first quarter. The bird went in the fryer right after kickoff. I guess that was maybe the second quarter. 15-pound bird, 55 minutes, 350.
How was it?
Pretty good. Didn't get salmonella.
Nice.
Some of the food handling ahead of the fact was called into question by some of my friends, but
Once you fry it, it's fine.
yeah, once you fry it, it's all good. That's the way I feel about it. We had a good time, man. It was great. Me and the boys just sitting around the fire watching that game. I would have definitely been at the game, but to be honest, I'd just rather be there. You know? Got to go to Dirty Nelly's after the game. It was awesome.
Something you really wanted to
I
do.
think Nolan's going to win this one, though.
Oh, yeah. About to start the show. Best seat. Ricky from Roxbury and myself watching the Texas Longhorns win the Lone Star Showdown over the Aggies this weekend. Electric environment.
Nolan wins best seat.
Okay.
Worst seat.
I got a
me
worse. I got a
on
worse
that
seat
right now.
Yeah. No, it's not you right now. It's you last night. Can you pull up that social you guys cut?
Oh.
The sound of your ass just demolishing that chair. I was doing a live hit last night at my house, and Cowboy and Nolan are always sitting over there up to whatever they're up to, and and all of a sudden, well, you can hear for yourself. Are playing right now, and when you have a defense like that, holy shit, Cowboy Reed just fell. Those are all winnable games the way the Texans are playing right now. And when you have a defense like that, holy shit, Cowboy Reed just fell in his chair. The chair broke. And a pretty decent chair too. Damn, that's the broken one. Yeah, no, you're a good player.
Well,
Is your ass okay?
So, part of why it's so funny, you said at the end, that's the broken one. I broke that chair 2 weeks ago, and we just put it in the corner. Like, oh, we have to fix this. And Reed was sitting in it during the day, and then you went over to do your hit, and I said to Reed, I was like, yo, I wouldn't sit in that chair. It's broken. and then
you hear out of nowhere,
I was like, That's why I didn't even look
I was
over.
legitimately concerned about my dog, man.
It was a comfy landing. You saw how comfy that
Comfy
that
chair.
was.
You could have just stayed
I
there,
didn't feel
bro.
a thing.
You could have just stayed there. That shit was so funny. That shit was funny.
I'll give you a worse seat.
I'm definitely not gonna win though.
Got to be Ole Miss fans. One of the best seasons of program history, and you just lose your head coach before the playoff. Brutal deal for those fans, those players. Yep. And, I mean, there's a bunch of players on that team right now who are going to be wearing LSU jerseys next season. So it's only going to get worse.
It's a double-decker worst seat because it's a worst seat for Marty Smith.
Dude.
Hey,
Nolan,
we were sitting there watching the game yesterday, and Nolan was like, Marty Smith's been, like, camped out at, what was it, the facility or the airport?
The facility, yeah.
For 48 hours, and they were told, like, you can't leave until he gets, like, hired or stays or whatever. And the fucking interview basically at the parking lot, like, Lane was just, like, ready to get the fuck out of there. He was ready to, like, escape Oxford, dude.
Yeah, he was running out of there. It was so funny, though, because they went to Marty, I think, during game day, earlier in the day. And then, we were out at the bars in Austin, like, later in the day. And they go to him.
Marty!
And like, Marty's still there. I was like, it's like 8 p.m. I'm like, there's no way Lane Kiffin's in that building. Like,
if he was still here today, we were going to start a hashtag let Marty leave.
Let Marty go home.
Or something like that. Like, imagine, like, what are you doing, for Thanksgiving? Well, I got Thanksgiving, and then I got to go sit inside the Ole Miss facility. Like it's a hostage situation, dude. But I will say this
was that with Lane Kiffin? Doesn't his daughter's boyfriend go to LSU?
LSU, yeah.
Now, just hit the transfer portal.
Did he hit the portal?
Oh, he did?
Whit Weeks in the portal.
Oh,
damn.
He must really like her then. That's a good sign, right?
Yo, that's what Kiffin was trying to do, keep his friends close, his enemies closer.
Like, hey, you thought that was funny, bringing that up, you date my daughter? Now
well, you know what? What's interesting about the whole thing is there was obviously the not young podcaster. He made a joke about the fact that he looks so fucking young, but he's 40 years old. It's the guy down in Oxford talking about you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, which is a saying that he was likening to the situation at head coach that Lane just likes to leave. And I agree, like, I wouldn't want to be called a hoe, and like being called a hoe is like, that's like a no-no and everything. The spectacle that it became was like ridiculous to me because this always happens online, and like just where Lane Kiffin walks up to the dude with like 6 bucket hat state troopers and is like, see me in there, we'll see how it goes. I'm like, he's not gonna fight you, bro. Like, and also he might have used the wrong word, but the sentiment of what he was saying about Lane Kiffin leaving and college football coaches like him always wanting the next thing is true. And then he ends up being, and I guarantee it was annoying as fuck for Lane Kiffin to like go through that thing, not address what he was actually talking about, and then have to like prove him right. That was definitely like, as he signed that big ass check, at least 2% of where his head was at. Like, fuck, man, that kid was right. Like, but this bag, I got to get the bag. Mm-hmm. The other thing the kid said that was funny to me was like, hey, he was like, if I'd have said leopards never change their stripes, would he have been mad I called him a leopard? Probably. I'm like, this is semantics, but I see what you're saying. Yeah. I think it just proves the point that, like,
you know what, this is great for this report.
What?
He now has a soundbite if he wants to go to the NFL. He's a hoe, and I want that to be known. He should just cut that soundbite.
Oh yeah, that's funny as hell, dude.
And have that for his podcast.
That was a Shelby Harris yesterday.
They're talking about Jennings.
That's funny as fuck, dude. I want to know what Juwan Jennings had to say. That that's actually.
He said you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
That's actually my fly on the wall. Are we a fly on the wall yet?
Getting there.
Mm-hmm. Worst seat. What do we?
We need a worst seat from Beau and Nate.
Oh, okay.
Worst seat, Beau.
Yeah, definitely. Case in point, worst seat. Oh, I'm at this cool studio. Look at this.
We can't hear you.
Worst seat. Everyone at Studio J, because we can't hear Beau Allen right now.
Worst seat, Nate.
Timing out. You touched the mic.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Am I here now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Hey, worst seat. Well, I was going to say, I said that earlier, but I didn't realize that I was muted somehow. Fuck it. I guess I'll take the worst seat. Over here watching you guys laugh and have kicks while I'm trying to just fucking scrap together some conversations. Fucking prison podcast setup. Oh, God. Go ahead. Just carry on.
Are you taping somewhere that, like, housewives do their podcasts?
No, this is a Ron Shera Outdoors. It's actually an outdoor production.
Oh, nice.
Outdoor media production place. Pretty cool. Pretty cool
So
spot. Talk
like
North it's called.
Amateur meat eater podcasts.
Pause.
No, it's not pause. It's literally a show about hunting and killing and eating what you hunt and kill. Yeah, it's not sexual.
It's about to be ice fishing season.
Nate, where's seat?
Ice fishing.
Worst seat. I'm gonna give it to myself, and I'm gonna throw a little jab at the Virginia Alumni Association, trying to charge $110 for tickets for your alumni players is absolutely absurd. And I had to sit at home because I'm not spending $110. And then if my girl wants to come, that's another $110. And then if your kid
that's
come,
weed and Pokemon money.
right? And then if your kid wants to come, that's another $110. Come on, we got to do better. The Who's were winning. We don't want this burden. Like everyone, alumni, we want to be at the game, we want to be there, but
we don't want this burden.
We want free tickets.
I'll tell you what, you take my ticket, you give it to Dr. Fax because that fire was hot and that bird was juicy.
Oh man.
Worst seat winner is Marty Smith. That's got to suck.
That fucking sucks.
That's got to suck. I'm the worst seat for the season.
Oh, okay.
This is just for this week.
Okay. Who's up now?
Fly on the wall.
Yeah, I guess what the fuck did Juwan Jennings say? Any guesses?
Seriously.
Let's not.
That's not.
So it's officially Jumbotron watch season. I think
Think out loud.
I think fly on the wall. What was it like in the parking lot of the Seattle Seahawks game when the Rams lose? You know, stuff like that. We're starting to get into that point of the season where like people in Carolina are watching people in Tampa, and Tampa are watching Carolina. Like this is my favorite part of the year where there are people in stadiums reacting to what's going on around the league. It just feels like crunch time to me. Fly on the wall.
My fly on the wall is going to be for AJ Brown. I just wonder.
He just keeps giving himself mentions.
I just wonder what AJ Brown, how he feels, what he says when he has a game like he had and the team loses. I just want to be on the other side of that, like to see how he really feels talking to his homeboys, his Twitch homeboys, whatever. I just think
you know how it is, bro.
Yo, I killed
what
him
you
today.
say to the media is not what you say in private. Even when he's saying certain things that should not be shared, people might think like he's still not giving you everything.
No, I know.
Neither are any of the guys. That's why it's
Neither
so
is
funny to me
anybody.
when people are like, well, you don't hear anybody saying XYZ. I'm like, because most guys aren't just going to come out and say
I'm not
whatever
gonna
is
say
being
it,
talked
bro.
about in the locker room.
I played around so many guys that are just me guys and stat guys. So it's funny when the team loses. Like people don't realize there's some guys in that locker room who do not give a shit that the team is losing or what's going on. As long as I have my stats and it's looking good, if I have to leave here, I have stats and acclimates here that I can move somewhere else and make some more money. That's all I care about. So fly on the wall. I'm just interested in a game like that, having a big game. Is he worried about the fantasy points and stuff like that? Because the fact that he said everyone drop him off fantasy, he's been balling.
Yeah, well, that's
I got a
called
good fly on the wall. I'm not biting on Fax's pot stirring
Isn't that like
anymore. I'm not
a insider trading thing?
Maybe
it's like a short sell.
Yeah,
he short sold himself in fantasy football. That's pretty interesting.
Probably because he wanted to scoop himself.
Yeah,
leagues.
That's really interesting. Okay,
Mark.
go ahead.
Beau,
my fly on the wall. Yeah, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for Frank Ragnow's physical in Detroit. A lot was made out of him coming out of retirement. He's a friend of the pod. I love Frank. He's from Minnesota, actually. I've spoken to him a number of times. But it's like then he failed his physical for a grade 3 hamstring. It's like that's like a hamstring tear completely off the bone. Like, did that happen on the flight over? What exactly happened? Was he just sitting on a grade 3 torn hamstring all fall? Like, what is the deal here? Like, that's a serious deal. So that's
really
my fly on the wall.
injury.
Like, what? That's a bad injury, man. What happened?
We should all go do
Was he working out?
NFL physicals to see if we would pass or fail.
Oh my
anymore.
god, my shit would light up like a Christmas tree.
Oh,
dude.
dog! I
would
saw
be
the
failed
funniest
immediately.
fucking rag now. It was a meme, bro, and I probably don't have it anymore because it's in the ADHD files. But it was him It was a meme of him running in through the smoke, and then a meme of him running right back out. Back into the bass boat, bro. Respect. Okay.
My fly on the wall, I sent Reed a clip here. But my fly, I wish I was a fly on the wall to watch this Jets fan's performance yesterday. So obviously your attention will be grabbed by the fact that this guy's not wearing pants. They're going to pan to him here. If you look closer, he's got a sling on. It's like a heavy-duty sling that like he might have just had his labrum surgically repaired. In the sling hand, he's holding a beer, probably his 20th on the day. And with his non-sling hand, it looks like he's waving a lit cigarette over his head.
Is he?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, just to see the way this guy competed in the stands yesterday would have been quite a spectacle. And the craziest part is, on account of the fact that he appears to be an adult, this guy showed up to work somewhere today.
For sure. For sure, dude.
Nuts.
That's my favorite thing to think about when guys get home and wash the paint off. And they're like, man, I got to be up for an HR meeting in like 8 hours or something.
Oh, yeah.
Unhinged cat.
What
man.
NFL fans
the
put
funnier thing
themselves
to
through.
think about is that some of these dudes and people, they lead the HR.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's the HR guy. I'm not saying he's in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah. The Navy's fucking sailing across the country, bro. They're barely left the port since we talked about that, dude.
Oh man, they can take submarines though.
Yeah. All right. What you got next, Hollow Man?
Hollow
Or
Man
women?
after
Or women?
after we give Fly on the Wall to Frank Ragnow.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Partly
Yeah.
because I've never been in a. I'd like to see how those are done.
Yeah.
Hollow Man.
How those are done. What do you mean?
I want to be. No. I don't want to. But
You want to check hernias?
not anyone else's. No.
Yeah.
No. The whole Hollow Man. Do you guys have a Hollow Man? And is it me?
No, it's not you. Hollow Man. I don't know who's Hollow Man. I'll tell you who's Hollow Man. People that. Oh man. Hollow Man. Everybody's got to buy a Christmas tree this year. They're like $200. My friend chopped his own tree down the other day. It was sick. I might try to do that this week. I don't really have a Hollow Man. I'm in a holiday spirit. I'm not going to shit on anybody here.
I'll give you a Hollow Man.
Yeah.
Malachi Corley, down 9 points late in the third quarter. Toe tap to kickoff return. Pins the offense inside the 5. That was brutal. Absolute brutal sequence there.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Who's next?
Bo.
I got one. Mine's not that good, but I kind of mentioned this earlier when we were talking about the Steelers. Wouldn't want to be a Steelers wide receiver right now after Aaron Rodgers publicly puts you on blast so that you're not going to fucking players-only meetings and watching tape and not doing the necessary film study required to understand his complicated hand signals. I think that's not good. Not what you want from a future Hall of Fame quarterback. Hollow Men, Steelers wide receivers.
Nate?
I don't have one. I try to think about one. I don't have one.
Winner is Malachi Corley. That was silly.
No, I'll give you a hollow woman.
The only vote cast.
The WNBA. Hey, the WNBA's proposal. It ups max salary base to $1 million. I think it should be higher.
Agreed.
Hollow
Don't
woman.
do it, Reed.
Whoever.
Don't do it.
That's very progressive of
Don't
you,
you dare
Chris.
do it.
I think
Oh,
it's the
do it,
third
yeah.
WNBA appearance.
Dog, it's a fucking important
Yeah.
negotiation.
It is. I agree, and I don't think that it should be brought down to being discussed in the Hollow Man. I think this should be a whole
Do you think
episode.
it should be more important?
Yeah, then a mention
well
at
said,
the end of
Reed.
a,
Very eloquent.
Yeah, Malachi Corley. Hollow Man. STL Memorial.
It's easy. Going to Myles Garrett. About to be the sack king. Pause. But yeah, just,
That's what I'm doing too.
Hopefully he gets it next game.
Driving
But he needs 4 sacks, 3.5 sacks for the title. And just a guy that no matter what the team's doing, if you want to watch a player and learn how to play football and going out no matter what is going on in the game, you should watch Myles Garrett because he is going full speed every single possession he's on the field.
Yes. And his full speed is fast.
And he deserves the STL Memorial every week, probably.
That's true.
If you watch his tape.
Yep. That's true.
Go ahead.
What do you mean, huh?
It's your turn.
Oh, my turn. STL Memorial. Is Aaron Cromer still coaching Buffalo? You know, watching them play, I can tell Aaron Cromer still coaches in Buffalo. They had 2 backup tackles in the game in Buffalo this weekend. Ran for 250 yards. That offensive line, man, you know, we make it about the quarterback a lot, and it is. But that run game really does support everything they do. And just on a short week like that, getting everybody on the same page, that's awesome.
Beau.
Damn, Chris. Chris
not
took
a
mine.
short
All right, let me
week.
think real quick.
That was yours, Aaron Cromer?
I was going to say Bills O-line, but yeah, I mean, it was impressive, man. They played
Thank you.
great. They didn't have no sacks either. Yeah, it's a good call. 249 yards.
Yeah.
Let me think. STL Memorial. I got one. Tristan Wirfs. I think he's been playing pretty good. He was injured early in the year, but got himself a fucking touchdown. I love that. I like the way they drew that up for him. I love Tristan Wirfs. I think he's an incredible specimen. I would have loved to have seen him like covered on that, kind of like Jameis was last week, and just fucking stiff arm somebody or something like that. But it's cool to see the big man score, and you know, it's fun to see creative play calling like that. STL Wirfs.
Nolan.
My STL goes to A.D. Mitchell, Jets receiver. First 100-yard game of his career. Caught 8 balls for 102 yards. Job well done. Been a roller coaster season for him. And obviously, if once Wilson's back next year, they got a real good 1-2 punch there.
Boom winner, Aaron Cromer.
Oh, Aaron Cromer.
Aaron Cromer. Because how many times do we hear offensive line coaches outside of Jeff Stoutland?
Or
many.
Carroll.
Yep.
In Vegas.
Yep.
Usually only hear it for bad reason.
Game ball.
Game ball. Why don't you guys go first? I've got a really good one.
Ball.
I'll start it. Can I start it off?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Vax.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Vax. Go ahead, Vax.
All right. Well, we're not gonna have the same one here. Jacoby Myers, I'm giving the game ball to. 6 targets, 6 receptions, 90 yards, a touchdown, 50 yards, the longest reception. I think he's gotten out of Las Vegas and gotten to Jacksonville and just gone to work. I feel like he's starting to turn into maybe a security blanket for Trevor, and Trevor is someone who needs that type of blanket. So I'm happy that everything is going well with them right now, and this past game, I think he deserves a game ball. Go ahead, Beau. Star Trek.
Thank you, Dr. Fax. I will be giving my ball to Alex Singleton. He, you know, roller coaster season for him. Obviously, finding out, you know. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, game ball. Alex Singleton, he played great last night. Had a big win on Sunday Night Football. He gets a ball from me. Big leader on that Broncos defense, and you know, just a roller coaster of, you know, failing a drug test, that whole saga, missing 1 game, having surgery, and then, you know, coming back out, being a leader on that defense, making some big plays. So here's a ball for Alex Singleton.
Did you just take my MVP and not even lean that hard into the ball thing?
You're gonna do that?
Yeah, I just mouthed. I just mouthed.
Did you?
I go, Singleton, I'm gonna do it. Because on the ride over, I was like,
Do it.
I don't know if I should do it. Because no, I got to think of a different one. I'll go after. I'm still gonna get a good one. Watch this. That was my jaw just
Nolan game
dropped.
ball.
I wonder who's going to win this one, considering a Broncos submitted. I'm going to give a shout out to the Lions halftime show, that game. Eminem, Jack White, game balls for those guys. Thought they did a great job. It was a good show. Seven Nation Army is awesome.
But Slim, what if you win? Wouldn't it be weird? Why? So you guys can sit me
here next to Britney Spears.
They better switch me chairs.
Yeah.
I love Eminem.
I love Eminem too. But Jack White, yeah. Game ball. Game ball. Game ball. I'm going to give the game ball to the Prince. To the Prince. But I'm going to give it to him again. I gave it to him. Did I just give it to him because he went for 450?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to him again. I don't care. I don't care, dude.
Fourth down touchdowns, dude.
It was fucking awesome.
Balling.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it would have been cooler if you had gone before Beau because Alex Singleton gets the game ball.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't care about winning. I just care about my dignity and respect. Like, this game is a fixed thing where it's, Bree basically tries to be as equitable as possible.
We had 3 winners today.
Did we?
Yeah, well, you, Nolan, and Beau all tied.
Are you trying?
Racist.
Damn, I don't think Nate's
that's
won one
crazy.
yet.
You don't like the troops or Nate.
Reed.
Yeah, I guess not.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, Nate, you didn't even have one for, what was it, STL Memorial?
Well,
nah.
Disqualify. Okay, I see how you do it.
We do have to. Chris, you did have a special worst seat.
I do have a really I do have a good special worst seat. The worst seat. The monitor is off. Okay. Worst seat. Peter B. Paris. As Beau becomes the bigger part of the programming plan here at Greenlight Podcast, Peter B. Paris, Beau's Highlander nemesis, who has been commenting to Beau's chagrin for years about Nepo.
It's one of you guys. If there was more emojis in there.
What's so funny is it's not.
When I saw this, I was like, everyone's going to think this is me.
Can I read this?
When was this? I want to read this.
These are
Nolan's burner. This should be Chris and Nolan. Nepo Beau is back to his own self-throwing Chris rhythm off and saying obvious or dumb stuff. Stay disciplined, Nepo Beau, and maybe you can afford a hotel one day instead of staying with your parents.
I replied to him on that one.
Hold on. What a treat. You two are the best combination in NFL commentary. Why are you not doing this together? And why can't Nepo Beau learn from Kyle on how to do it? Why?
So the first one was
Who is this guy?
First one was from our Wednesday show, the previews, and then the second one was
gave him too much Beau in a week. This guy's always
Cowboy. Will you read my reply after our Wednesday show? I think I replied to that one.
It's going to take a minute, probably.
Pretty poignant reply.
There. What did you just want to tell us what you said, or is it like would be better for the effect if he read it? And if I'll keep,
I kind of want to hear it from Cowboy, frankly,
because it's going to take probably 17 seconds, 17, 16, 15. Tanner's saying longer, 14, 13. It's just a tough ask, And we've got an All-State ad. Totally reasonable ask though.
Nepo Beau is kind of a fire nickname though.
Nepo Beau?
Yeah, can't even lie.
Oh, while he's finding this comment, should we talk about the
you know what? Actually, facts. I'll tell you what I commented back to Peter B.
Wait,
Paris.
no, we're fucking here now.
No, it's not. There's no reply.
There's no reply. Oh, you didn't even get it off, bro. You were.
I think you deleted it, Cowboy. No, I said.
Oh, I deleted
it.
Here we go.
Yeah, I said, "Eat my ass."
Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Jeez.
Oh, you guys could fucking eat my ass.
Oh man, what a response.
That's my thoughts.
Peter B. Paris, thanks for listening, but you got to deal with this big SOB. He's. I
want to do an interview. Me and him. It'll be like 60 minutes.
That's it. I want to invite
Paris.
I want to invite Peter B. Paris on the show. And Didi, I'll invite you too. This guy Didi has been arguing with people in the chat ever since he told me that, the funniest thing Didi said this show? He said he found out I have a charity event in Philly. He goes, "We don't need your charity. We have brotherly love. Keep your charity at." So I just want to let you know I'm canceling my charity event because DD619 had a problem with my take on the quarterback of all the 17 things we broke down in the game. Peter B. Paris and Didi special. Peter B., if you're out there, would you join us for a Zoom? The special guest. We got somebody. Oh, hold on a second. You guys keep talking.
Monday night. Beau, Nate, do you guys have a lean?
A lean?
Giants, Patriots,
Pats, right?
Yep.
I mean,
I feel pretty good about the Patriots in this situation. What do you think, Nate?
I feel like this is the game. I feel like this is the little sticky game that the Giants might freak around and try to win this. I think it'll be a close game. I think Jackson Dart will give the Giants a little bit of energy, and maybe him playing against Drake May will have him excited to compete. But I think that the Patriots win this game when it's all said and done. But I think it will probably be a close one.
Pats are favored by 7. Total is 46.5.
I'm really interested to see what they look like with the left side of their line in peril a little bit more. It's not it's not something I'm excited to see. I loved watching, their offense with healthy young offensive line, but they're going to face a really tough group today this evening in the Giants D line. So it's going to be a big test. And I think this is the kind of game that, like, you got the target on your back now. It's late in the season. Things are real. What you going to do, man, when you're supposed to win these games? They've done a good job. One of the things I've liked about this team, can you email this individual right now? A special guest is coming on in the next minute or two to finish the show. I think this is one of those things where the Pats have done a good job of not playing down to teams, which is a weird thing to say about a team that had like 4 wins last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll get in these games and kind of just handle business. But this is one I kind of worry about. Would you play? Is Jackson Dart playing? I know he's up, but is it going to be Jackson Dart, or is it going to be somebody in the chat might know? Chat watches more TV than us.
Did you text me?
Huh?
Did you text me?
I thought I did. No, I didn't.
If it's James.
Okay, sorry, I did not. Those of you in the chat, sorry, I do a lot here at the show, including booking guests, and also getting them squared away to come on the show while I'm hosting the show. All right. Somebody said I'm wearing multiple hats. Yeah, hold on a second. I'll show you how many hats I'm fucking wearing up here. Any props you like tonight, Nate?
Prop bets tonight. How about Stephon Diggs for
Stephon
Diggs touchdown? That's what I like, and maybe sprinkle in a little Hunter Henry props, maybe like over receiving yards, or even a touchdown for him too.
Is there anything we can talk about for 90 seconds, guys? Can you help me out here? 90 seconds of we'll field questions from the chat. You'll want to stick around for this special guest. One of the most athletic people I know. Yeah, a real trailblazer.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's not my dad. It's not my dad. It's more of an uncle.
Should everyone guess?
Is the link in the email?
Link is in the email.
Yeah, we'll do some guessing. Guess, are there any good questions coming out in the I'll talk about something.
Here we go.
I'll talk about something. There he is. Hold on, I gotta put my fucking earpiece in now. Oh no, it's in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
This is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ryen Russillo to the show.
Hey.
The first guest we've had on the live show all year. I'm wearing a lot of hats because I basically had to book the guest and get the email to the producer and host the show in the middle of the show. Ryen, you're our you're our Baton Rouge correspondent. Tell us what you think about the big hire.
It's a home run. I mean, it's who they wanted, and I think the good part of it, I mean, look, it's dripping with nastiness of what this industry is in college football, so I wouldn't defend any of that stuff. I think LSU loved messing with Ole Miss as a longtime division rival and taking their coach before the playoff, which feels gross, but they want to get their guy. And I don't blame Ole Miss for being like, we don't want you here if you don't want to be here, poaching our staff and telling guys to enter the transfer portal. and follow you to Baton Rouge. So, I kind of understand all the motivation behind it, but the most important thing is that when this job was available and Lane was at Ole Miss, and Ole Miss fans aren't going to love hearing this, but I was told at the time like Lane wanted the job then. He wanted the job that badly, like was ready to
Yeah.
bail on Ole Miss years ago, which tells you how much Lane understands how great this opportunity is. I do think it is. Maybe it's not Ohio State or Alabama, certainly not historically, but one of the biggest things is they don't have another school like an Auburn. They don't have another school, maybe not Georgia Tech so much with Georgia, but the Florida schools are all competing over the in-state guys. And Saban's first thing when he was in Baton Rouge was like, look, we got to put a fence up around this state. If we keep all the great high school players from Louisiana, we don't even have to go anywhere else. So that's why it's such a incredible job if you do it right. And my feeling is Lane appreciates and understands that far better than Brian Kelly does.
Yeah, it's got to be better than Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly's the kind of guy, and I don't know what you can or can't say, Ryan, but after he's fired, like, people come out of the woodwork to tell terrible stories about the things that happened. Like, you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. No, look, I thought it was the right hire. I mean, it's rough when nobody. I think the nicest thing, right.
Go ahead.
It's kind of like when a quarterback is gone from an NFL locker room, and you're like, nobody is going to say that this guy was
not
misunderstood. Even if it's wrong, there's not one guy that's like got along with him and was his roommate on the road. That's like, he's sort of misunderstood.
Nope.
I think the nicest thing anybody said about BK on the way out was like, one-on-one, he was okay. It was like one sentence I read from like one source that was one-on-one,
okay.
he was okay. I mean, maybe I'll be the guy. He and I always got along. Not that we had some intense relationship, but I think because he was the Massachusetts thing, and he came to ESPN when he was with Cincinnati, and I saw him a couple times with Notre Dame. Probably.
Yeah.
So, him being nice to me doesn't exactly mean anything for recruiting at LSU. And, whenever you're thinking of these top programs and these fan bases that are like, who are we getting? Who are we getting? I mean, even A&M was probably a little disappointed that it was Mike Elko, and Elko's been an absolute stud, and they couldn't be happier with him. But wherever you are with these premier programs, there's generally this kind of letdown, like this is the best that we could do. So if you think of it that way, it makes all the sense in the world that he's there. The contract is wild, though. I can't believe he gets a bonus up to maybe $1 million, depending on what Ole Miss does when he's not even going to be there.
Dude,
I'm fascinated with the Jimmy Sexton part of this. Go ahead.
I want Stoops' buyout I heard about yesterday up at Kentucky, dude. Was that real or a typo? $37 million to be paid out over the next 6 months. Like you're gonna make
60 days.
60 days.
Like 60 days.
I don't care if it's 6 years. I'll take it, dude. That's if Ryen Russillo was coaching college football and there's an opening this year that you see and you could coach in one place that people don't think enough of, where would you coach?
Wow.
The curveball on live TV. This is fucking Crossfire.
Well, look,
Ryan.
I
This
would
isn't some softball show.
I know. I don't even know it. I don't have this in my notes. People hate the notes. Well, I mean, you frame that question in a way where it's like you can't just say LSU. Okay, so that's fine.
It's got to be a sleeping giant.
Well, then it's Virginia Tech. Sorry.
Fuck you. Yeah, well, you know what?
Come on.
You know what?
Right.
You know what?
It's true.
Maybe they like the interim guy at Penn State, and maybe he stays and keeps a bunch of guys there. Counterpoint James Franklin.
Penn State's above the level that you were talking about here. I didn't feel like Penn State was eligible as an answer.
Okay, last question. No, what I'm saying is it might draw more guys to stay at Penn State. If they keep a guy in-house, you might keep some of the guys. They don't transfer down to Virginia Tech. You might not get the start you want down there. And James Franklin, great recruiter, but is that the name of the game anymore, Ryan?
Most coaches that I've talked to are like, I'd rather be a great recruiter than a great X and O guy. And I think there's a lot of guys like that.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. It's some of these debates about talent and where it's all going and all the IL stuff. And I'm not sure if I I feel like I'm on an island sometimes with this stuff because it's like, yeah, there's so much parity now. It's like,
Right.
or we have a 12-team playoff instead of a 14 playoff,
Right.
or Ohio State, like, oh yeah, we had so much parity. Michigan and Ohio State national championships, like, so
Yeah.
maybe Indiana changes all that because they're certainly good enough for all this.
Sig's
But
a beast,
go ahead.
bro. Sig's a beast. And these guys
Couldn't stand him last year.
You
Couldn't
said what?
stand
You
him last year.
him?
Couldn't stand him this summer. Yeah, because I mean, he just talked so much shit, and it was like, hey, look what we did to Coastal Carolina, and you're like, dude, what are you talking about? And then they get stomped by any of the good teams they played last year. All the credit in the world to what that guy's done this year, because last year I used to feel justified in giving him a hard time, and now I do not want to give him a hard time because that team's awesome, and he's done it in a place that it doesn't happen.
We got to say goodbye to Beau Allen. Beau Allen's leaving the show. He's got a meeting, and Ryan's going to be leaving in a second because he's got a meeting as well. But the last question I want to leave you with, Cowboy Reed, what are the destinations that we Virginia fans could end up, not to put the cart before the horse, but say we win the ACC championship?
It was Oregon or Lubbock, Texas.
Eugene or Lubbock, Texas. Is Oxford out now, obviously, because they lost?
Well, I think they're still in. I know we talked about Oxford being like the best of those three.
So if would you have you been to Lubbock?
Oregon?
Yeah, I was there when they beat. I've been to all three places. I was there when they beat number 1 Texas at Colt McCoy.
Which place do you
Crabtree
think?
catch.
Oh, really? Nolan, by the way, here went to Austin to see the game.
Yeah, actually, if I may, I have a question for Ryan.
Yeah, ask him the question.
Don't mind my Longhorns hat, Ryan, but I'm curious if you feel the Longhorns deserve a spot in the 12-team playoff following the big win over A&M.
No, probably not. Just because it's not just the Florida loss, even though I'm probably more like, hey, I don't think Florida, like on the right Saturday, I don't think they're an easy out. I mean, their running back, Jaden, is the second best running back in college football behind Jeremiah Love at Notre Dame. I mean, he's an absolute beast. He lit up Florida State. And I think Lagway's crazy talented, although he's, obviously up and down throughout the season. But it wasn't just that. Like, there's other games there with Texas. Like, what is going on with you guys? Like, what's wrong? So the top 10 wins, the 3 top 10 wins, it's tough to stack that up against everybody else. I don't like, I call them kind of like record whores, where you're like, well, this team is 8-2 and this team is 7-3. Well, the 8-2 team has to be better than the 7-3 team. I mean, just last week, the committee had Michigan ranked ahead of Texas because of the extra loss. You're like, in what world would you have watched these teams play out over the course of the season? Because you could see that Underwood game coming from a mile away. They're just sort of a limited team with a freshman quarterback. And you're just like, so you just went, sometimes this stuff feels like standings. So even though, I'm not necessarily married to that kind of stuff, it's a really crowded field. And everybody basically won the last couple of weeks, except for A&M losing at Texas. So, if BYU had had an extra loss, right, they're completely out of it. If Miami had lost to Pitt, if Notre Dame had stumbled somewhere else, if Bama loses at Auburn, which is in play in the Iron Bowl, like if some of these teams had the extra loss, the same way those SEC teams last year lost all, was with Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Bama all losing that last weekend, then it's like, hey, guess what? I didn't love Indiana being in with that awful resume, but all these teams kind of lost at the end. So if more teams lost, I'd be fine with it. But every year, it's not like, I saw somebody comparing this year's Miami to last year's Oklahoma, and you're just like, what are you doing? Like 2025 is the only way. Like this is the pool of teams that we have to compare each other to. And unfortunately for Texas, despite a really great high resume and not being rewarded for playing at Ohio State week 1, because they'd probably be in the playoff if they played a nobody, like some of these other schools do. It's just a really crowded field of teams that they're going up against, even a Vandy, who they have the head-to-head against.
Ryan, should I go to Lubbock if we go? That was the question I was going to ask.
Yeah, definitely. And
Would
I
I
can
like
set you up.
Lubbock? I would like Lubbock.
You would love Lubbock.
I'm actually hoping it's
But have you
Lubbock
been to
and not
Eugene?
I don't want to go to Eugene. It's too far.
Well, it is far, but Eugene's my second favorite place behind Tiger Stadium.
Go Tiger.
Too far.
It's too far.
Aren't you doing a private jet for the whole crew?
Fuck no, dude.
Right?
No,
right?
dude.
I like
No,
the way this
no.
guy thinks.
Hey, Nate. Nate today called out our university, the Alumni Association, for making him buy a ticket to the game the other day on a live show. I'm going to get a phone call later. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is Dr. Fax talking about?
Ryan, $100 for
Will
an
they?
alumni ticket is crazy, right? To a game, to a
Hey, man, it
Virginia
just goes
game.
into the NIL. You want better players? You want to deal with James
That's
Franklin?
right.
What
That's
if they're
right.
$100 short on a corner?
That's
They're
right,
like,
dude.
Dr.
That's
Fax
exactly
just paid
right.
for his
That's
ticket.
exactly right.
Maybe we land this kid from Newport News. You know,
Yep. I like
everything
you.
is about the roster now, man.
It's about the roster, Rye. Thanks for joining the
I
roster
was
today,
thinking
Rye.
about you.
What did
I still
happen?
have 4 minutes.
Okay, all right,
I
stay.
was thinking
Okay,
about-
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I ran into Bill Burr after one of his comedy shows. And he was like, I was like, yeah, we had you on. He's like, I don't think I was very good. I
He
was
said
like, "Ah,
that?
that's fine. And it was, yeah, it was hilarious.
About
it was
him?
Van Pelt and I. And he's like, yeah, we did a phoner. We taped it. And honestly, it didn't kill. He had good court awareness on that one. But
Wow. Was
I was
it his
thinking
fault?
about you. I was in London. No, wasn't his fault. I was in London last week and I realized I had totally messed up my return flight, right? So I was like, you know what? You moron. You could have gotten out of here first thing in the morning on Sunday,
Yeah.
flown back direct LA, and then you'd be on your couch at 1 o'clock, and then you just get caught up on all the games. And now instead, you have to stay up until 2 a.m. to watch these games. Forget the Rams one, because that was like going on until 5 in the morning.
No,
And
yeah.
then I have to tape and then make sure I can tape in time. So I actually looked at the private jets. I was like, what am I in this world? What is a PJ from London to LA?
Can I guess?
Yeah, that's the whole
No,
exercise.
what?
Oh
no. Well, if you're the Navy, though, it's free. so
one way or a round trip?
No, so I'm gonna guess London
One
to
way.
LA. And what kind of plane? You're gonna be making stops, obviously. You're gonna be
Well,
making
I don't know.
stops.
I mean, this is
Okay,
in Reykjavik or something. I
no,
don't know.
no stops. I'm gonna say it's $150,000. Maybe closer to 200.
I think you're right on. I saw something for 100,000, and once I saw that, I was like, "Hey,
what?
just deal with
London
staying
to
up
LA in
late."
a private jet, bro? They probably hike it up because of customs and all this shit. You got to think about how much fuel costs.
$150,000 what?
U.S. dollars, bro.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
not pounds.
Fuck
Yeah.
no.
No,
U.S. dollars.
Bro, I would never.
Pound's
be a
not doing as
component
good right
to
now,
that.
is it?
No, because you could get like a first class.
1.3.
ticket for like 10,000.
1.3. Yeah, it's about where I expected it. What?
Damn, that's crazy. Well, how much does it like a first class ticket to London?
Like probably 10, 15 grand.
$4,000.
Is it?
Four-
It was
is it
$4,000 round trip.
Golly.
Well, I booked it. It's the most adult thing I've done maybe in my life is I booked the ticket in August, which I've never
see,
done
that's the thing.
before. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but
Dude,
I knew. And of course, I was like, let me change the flight, and it was $9,000 one way back. And then I was like, what would a private jet be? And there was a number in my head that wasn't even going to be accessible. I was like, this isn't even good. There's no number. Like whatever you think you would do for this, there's no way that's the number. Like you could get from maybe LA to Sacramento.
They
for
drop
that
you
number.
off in the middle
But
of the
yeah.
Atlantic Ocean. That's my price range. Like I'll do like 1/8 of that thing, dude. Honestly, that's
You
just
get you to
fucking-
Wales.
They get you to Wales, bro. They get you to Bermuda, to the Bermuda Triangle. Hey,
You guys
hey,
know where Wales is?
Wales? Yeah, it's in the UK. Is it in the UK?
Well, yeah, but where? Would you be able to see it? Like on a
Yeah, I
map,
think I would be
you
able to
know?
see it. Pull it up.
It's-
I fucking you gave it away, but I know where Wales is.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I know where Wales
Do you
is.
though?
It's also where
I don't think
Catherine
many people do.
Zeta-Jones is from.
Really?
I think she's Welsh.
That's a weird mix. What's going on there?
Catherine
Zeta-Jones
Zeta-Jones
doesn't
is a
seem-
Welsh actress.
I know my Catherine Zeta-Jones facts.
She
I
was
once a kid
born-
with AOL and
Born in
Netscape, dude.
Swansea, South
You should
Wales.
vote for the Panthers.
Yeah, yeah, she was born in South Wales. You know it.
Southie.
Right. You have any other points you want to make before we're on the back end of a fucking an odyssey of a show, dude?
Yeah, no, I know. I think somebody's breaking into my house right now, so there you go. But check out the travel pod.
Check out the travel pod.
Went to a Premier League game. Went to Radiohead back-to-back nights. I sent you some clips. Went to a sex club in Soho because it was like the guy was like, would you be interested in going to this? I'm like, well, fucking when in Rome. And I had heard about them a little bit, And I was like, is this one of those things where you go into like a hallway and then you look down the hallway? And I was like, I don't really want to do that. And he's like, no, it's just sort of a stage and there's sort of some performances, and it was not great.
It's like the Mitchell brothers. There's a place in San Francisco like that. It's legitimate, like people stand there in the theater and watch. Yeah. Yeah, it probably smelled bad.
Not into it.
Yeah, not into it. No, stock down, sex club.
Staff was great.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
I
Staff was
bet they
incredible.
were. I bet they were. Did anybody recognize you out there at the EPL game?
Yeah, a couple people. It blew my mind.
Sick. That's
Anyone
awesome.
recognize you in the
I thought I was
sex
doing
club?
something wrong.
For sure somebody recognized him in the sex
No.
club. Perverts love Ryen Russillo. Oh, nice Montana shirt,
No,
bro.
Yeah. Oh, look, I wore it for you. Yeah. We're Benchmade guys, though, so I feel a little bad. wearing
Totally,
the shirt.
bro. Totally. Shout out to Benchmade. I used that knife this week. All right. Rye, be good, man. Thanks for coming on short notice. Sorry about the Texas take.
Yeah.
I know. It's all good.
Yeah.
Need more help.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Talk to you.
All right. Beat Duke.
Beat Duke, baby. What a conference we play in. It's a beautiful
I
thing.
love the ACC. Did you see their post? They're like, we settle it on the field. It was a Miami post. You're like, dude, your 7-5 team is playing for the championship. End of the 5, 6, and 2 teams. Duke played 2 of them.
That's so good, dude.
Well, granted,
Can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, it was like when I'll end on this. I don't know what's going on with your conference and the branding, but like once there was a bunch of Stanford and Cal swimmers in the Olympics, but like the ACC does it again with like gold medals.
Yeah.
You're like, dude,
That's all we do, though. We just dominate
you're claiming
Olympic sports.
Stanford.
We well, and,
I mean, look.
and yeah, West Coast Olympic sports too at that now. Yeah. So
Nothing says ACC like Wake Stanford at 9 a.m. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, bro. See you, Rye.
Thanks, Ryan.
Hey, dudes, we and dudes and ladies, we're done. Well, I didn't want to say dudettes, bro. That's not even a real fucking term.
Can we say this?
What? We gotta go, bro.
We're still alive.
Apparently, per source,
For
Juwan Jennings, he told Cleveland
Dude,
Browns
don't do it.
defensive lineman
Don't do it, dude.
Shelby
Don't read this tweet. Read the tweet. I know the tweet.
that he would take his mother out on a nice seafood dinner and never call her again. Bro, that is funny. That is funny as shit, bro. Like, wait, barring if
You
his mom
think
isn't like
that
dead or
that
something
is
like
really alleged?
But
That's
I
a
can see-
reference.
I can see guys
That's a
saying something.
reference.
I can see guys saying something like that.
No,
It's just like-
that's not what he said.
You think he said like I'll hit you, like I'll have sex with your moms in a different way?
I'm just saying. I think that was a comedic tweet.
It's from Anchorman.
Anchorman.
That's hilarious.
Dorothy Mantooth.
Yo, Nate was like, "What kind of shit is he talking, dude?" See,
but like honestly, I still feel like
Hold on a second.
like it's something
It's a good
that
time
was
to
said.
slip this in at the end of the show.
I feel like whatever was said was probably something kind of like childish like that.
Along the lines of that.
Hey,
I think so. Like I just don't know what guys can say, or like I'm just trying to think in my head what someone could say to me on the field that would get me like
family,
that upset.
family.
But is it like something I know personal that you don't know that I know, or is it just general, like something I looked up, or it's just funny to be like.
Myles
in the
Garrett
media.
said after the game, he's like, "I don't know how he was raised," or something to that effect.
Word.
He kind of unked him, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of love that. Juwan Jennings out here making people mad. Beau is stuck freezing, looking into the camera. That's not him. He's not here anymore. We are gone, guys. This fucking thing's over.
Star Trek.
People requested Ryen Russillo. I gave you Ryen Russillo, so let's go home now. Giants +7 at your own risk. I can't bet Monday night to save my life. Take care.